Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder before we get to our award-winning podcast that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93
All right. Yeah, we got to get in there. We got to welcome our terrific listening audience to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. The Wednesday model is what we got cooking here. Oh, we're expecting lots of company at 7:30. Lots of company. Randy Shaver, C. Willi Myles, Jungle Jane. Also at that time, 7:30. Did you write that down, Josh?
Yep, I got it.
At 7:30, you might want to make sure you stick around for this. We're also isn't a word. We're also scheduled to talk with a very special guest on the telephone, the Wing Ding Bah guy.
I really just came up here to say that you're either going to hear them where they're allowed to be, or you're going to hear them where they're not allowed to be.
You need to... Thank you for the entertainment.
And that was entertainment.
It was.
The world-famous Ring Ding Bah character. I think the gentleman goes by the name of Chase.
That is correct, yep.
Chase. Mm-hmm. Ever since the story broke a week or so ago, he's achieved global acclaim for his motocross sound effect skills. And by God, we'll see just how nuts this guy is later on this morning.
Yeah, I'd imagine he's going to be a character. To say
I
the
imagine
least.
so, too. And shout out to a listener named Katie. She's been listening to him since 2000. She was the one that tracked him down and kind of put us in touch. So we appreciate the assist there.
All right, then.
I guess potentially. If it goes completely off the rails, then we won't appreciate the assist.
Oh, no, even if it goes off the rails, I mean, I don't know what you're fully expecting. We get all the big stars here on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, Oprah wanted this guy, and he said, no, maybe I'll get to you after I do the Half-Assed Morning Show, Oprah.
I think either way it goes, it's going to be fun.
I agree.
Wing Ding Bah. That's the guy, the real character, joining us at 7:30.
I've been told he doesn't mind leaning into the Wing Ding Bah. Maybe he'll do a live version for us. I'd imagine
He said, yeah, what did he say in his text? He said, I hope my sound effects work that early in the morning. So maybe he's not used to cranking up the bike at 7:30 in the morning.
So it sounds like he's already planning on it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, I'm a fan. I don't remember the last time a piece of audio played on this radio show gained so many comments, requests. Everyone fell in love with this friggin' routine. I haven't been this excited, Josh, for a guest since the last time Whitesnake was in studio. I haven't been this excited for a guest since we got Jake the Snake Roberts on the telephone a few years ago, and he was sound asleep.
Yeah, that could have went better.
At any rate, we're giving it a shot.
We've had a few over the years that could have went better.
Oh, no question. Hatch Daddy Jesus is excited. He texted in already and said, holy F, you got the bike guy? Looks like we got the bike guy. We'll find out in less than 2 hours.
By the way, it's his F-off week, Hatch Daddy Jesus. He's coming down to Minneapolis for a convention and won't be back to work until next Tuesday night.
Good for you, pal.
Yeah, F-off weeks are great.
Absolutely wonderful. CNC lathe machinist guy texted in. What about the kangaroo panties gal? And I believe his question is related to my comment a minute ago saying I don't remember the last time a piece of audio gained so much steam on this radio show. Yeah, it's comparable to the kangaroo panties gal.
Kangaroo panties.
And that was, how many years ago was that now, Josh? 20 years ago?
Yeah, maybe not quite, but close. Pre-2012, that's for sure.
We were playing some type of stupid game on the air. Was it a Family Feud type game?
Exactly.
And we had these gals in studio, a pair of sisters and their cousin, if I'm not mistaken, from Buffalo. And in the natural progression of this game we were playing on the air, that was one of the answers that this gal gave.
At the time, any lady that came in studio, it was requested by the Brotherhood that they say panties. And so we would have, when a girl would come in studio.
Oh, so it wasn't a natural answer to the question.
No, the answer I think was kangaroo. Oh. And then we asked her to combine the two because she had such a cute delivery.
So I was kind of half right. She had the most unique and adorable speaking voice I've ever heard on this program, and we've been here for 30 years.
Let me see if I can find her sneeze. She had a cute sneeze that we recorded too. Oh, yeah, here it is right here.
Air Force Jesus, we got one.
I sneezed.
She even told us what happened.
Yeah.
This gal was just the most adorable thing I had ever seen in my life up to that point. Yes, the kangaroo panties bit, that went bananas as well. Same as what happened with Wing Ding Bah. Don't blame you for requesting it. And how many people emailed you, Josh, when the Wing Ding Bah guy took off a week or so ago? You handed out your email for people to get a hold of you, and you would send them the audio?
Yeah, it was in the mid 100s, 100 and some. Google or Gmail called me and asked, "What the hell's going on, man?"
That's more email.
You never get emails.
That's more emails than I've ever opened in my life.
Yeah.
100 and some. All right, there you go. So we'll see what kind of hell cuts loose at 7:30. Ring ding bat.
Another text here. Good morning, bitches. I like the start. Mm-hmm. Is Depot going to be back this year? The only valid answer is yes. Football emoji, reads this text. Yes, Andrew DePaula will be our Viking again this year, and we'll be talking to him this Friday morning.
That is correct, yeah.
For the first time of the season.
Oh, God.
Captain Andrew Depot once again.
Hey, I can't wait. People send us, from some of the preseason games or even going to training camp, people have been sending us photos of Depot, sometimes wearing his jersey, as a matter of fact. Not him, them.
He's a wonderful guy. Absolutely excited to speak to Andrew DePaula this football season. All right, here you go, Josh. Says here, I'll get there, binge watching television shows has health benefits.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be more of like a physical one in one way outside of a stress relief.
Oh,
but
I suppose.
I'll take it.
I suppose it isn't really physical health benefits.
Yeah, I was hoping like it said it was good for something.
Like losing weight or, a healthy heart or something like that.
Yeah.
Says that
maybe
here.
You could make a correlation between less stress and that.
It says it right here. Binge watching television shows has health benefits. Okay.
They also mentioned books, and I haven't binge watched a show in a while because the stuff we're watching comes out weekly, unfortunately. But I have been binging books, certainly.
Books?
So much so that I kind of forget what happened in which book. I've been going a little too fast.
Every time you bring up the books thing, it's just, it throws me.
I should clarify, I used to read more, but now I'm listening to them, the audiobook quite a bit more. And in some cases, I'll get the book from the library or buy the book, and I'll never even open it. I try and read at least half of it, but it doesn't happen lately.
The guy likes to read. I'm looking for the all-time record. And be honest with us now. 651-989-9393. What's the longest you've sat awake in front of a television binge watching a television show? Be honest. There's no reason to lie. This is a big day. We got to see Willi Myles, Randy Shaver, Janel Klein, Wing Ding Bah. Be honest. What's the longest you've sat in front of the television awake binge watching a television show? Maybe it even bled into multiple television shows. I'm looking for that record.
For me, it was 13.
From the Brotherhood, from our listening. Well, no. Obviously, you're welcome to join. But that's specifically what I'm looking for is our listeners. Go ahead, Dana.
My record was 13 hours.
Oh, geez, you got me beat.
And, well, this happened well before binge watching was really a term. I know you guys have never seen it, but The Sopranos is one of my favorite shows. And I was off at college, and we didn't get HBO up there. So I was starving for it. You couldn't really watch it on demand at that point. So I got home from college for the
Starving
summer.
for it,
I was jonesing, and I was trying to avoid spoilers for my a-hole buddies who had seen it, who were rich enough to get HBO in college. So I finally get home from college that first night back, and I go right in the basement, and I watch all 13 episodes in a row, to the point where the next morning my mom gets up for work, and she goes, look at you, first day of summer break as a college kid, and you're up and at 'em, ready to go. Like, yeah. Something like that.
Yes, not knowing, of course.
No, I'd been up all night watching Sopranos.
You're a delinquent. Did you think you were in the mob at that point after watching that much Sopranos at once?
Well, here's the thing. Yes. And I was having weird, because I finally did fall asleep, and I was having weird, fever dreams that I was getting chased by Tony Soprano and getting whacked. But also, Josh, when you watch something that fast, I know you can relate to this. About the next day, I was like, I have no idea what happened. Because it was all just one big blur.
Well, that's what I was saying. With the books, I'll forget. It's too much at once.
Eventually, I had to go back and rewatch it just to remember the details.
If we're talking a series of days, I can tell you I had about 10 days of binge watching. And that's the first time I had COVID, back when you had to isolate for 10 days. I had nothing else to do, so I got through all of Yellowstone and a couple other shows. But it wasn't the first time I had COVID. I wouldn't even have known had we not had to do random or weekly testing here.
Yeah.
Never would have had any idea. I felt totally fine, so I had nothing to do other than just lay around and watch TV.
I mean, I'm sure when I was a kid, I laid on the couch and watched television for 13 consecutive hours, but I'm leaning more towards the modern definition of binge watching, where you're just blowing through blowing through a series, maybe even a series and a half. That's kind of what. Well, here's what we got so far, Josh. 13 hours. Star Wars 1 through 6.
Here's one for 17 hours.
24 hours.
24? That's impressive.
According to one listener, I found The Walking Dead at midnight one night. I didn't sleep and watched until midnight the next day, at least 24 hours.
Wow. So far, that's the record. We got a 20 hours from Weeb Jesus, who said, anime's no joke, man. That'll keep you up watching it. Yeah, I think for me, as far as just binge watching a show, maybe 10 hours. Starting at 8 and going to 6 or something like that. Maybe 10 hours. Maybe not quite that.
Come on, 8 p.m. to 6 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. That's kind of like what my wife and I would do when we binge watch, is just start a show kind of late and stay up forever on the weekends. So that's probably a record for me. But there's some Sundays I'll watch 3 football games in a row.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
COVID is factoring in, like Josh just explained, when he was shut down from COVID and couldn't go anywheres. There's quite a few listeners saying COVID or a medical procedure.
Oh, yeah.
Put them in a situation where all they could do was sit and watch. 16 hours, 20 hours. A lot of folks talking about a couple shows that have been mentioned already. The Sopranos, the Yellowstones, Harry Potter.
If we're doing movies, I have a buddy, when the 9th and final of the Star Wars or the main line movies came out, he did that thing where he bought a ticket to the theater to watch 1 through 8 before 9 came out. So he watched 9 straight Star Wars movies in the theater.
Oh, they released all of them in the theater again, huh?
Yeah. So he got
sitting there
in the theater. I can't remember how many hours it was. I'm going to text him, or I guess I could just look up how much time the running time is for all 9 movies. But he said it was fun for a while. There was a lull there, and then the theater just stunk.
Oh, just from human beings sitting there and sitting there and
sweating
sitting there
and watching movies and stale popcorn and
that was the
farts.
Gimmick.
Yeah.
It was. I'm sorry. What?
Greasy
stale
farts.
Popcorn. Let's end on that one.
It was a Star Wars marathon or whatever movie you said.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Okay.
In the theater.
Here's as far as TV shows. Here's our highest bidder at this point. Yellowstone. 30 hours somebody spent.
Dude.
God help us. Well, here's what they say in this article on binge watching television shows has health benefits. improves your memory, fuels your imagination, helps you deal with stress. So, yeah, you're likely to maybe become obese in the process, but it does help some mental elements of your day-to-day life. Improves your memory, fuels your imagination, helps you deal with stress.
Dana, haven't you watched all the Fast and Furious movies in order?
Not in one sitting, but I've definitely, repped up 4 or 5 of them at once.
That's pretty impressive.
I've definitely done it in one weekend before.
Are those 3-hour movies?
Usually about 2.5.
Okay.
That's really impressive. Really impressive.
Or sad.
How some of you can dial in and commit yourself.
Bad timing, Jesus. I'm sorry to hear he's got chronic insomnia. That's awful.
Chronic insomnia.
I was surprised. At first I saw just the number, 72 hours. Several 72-hours ones. I thought, how the heck do you stay up that long? But, okay, that's why.
Wow. Prison also has been mentioned a couple of times here on our text machine in this conversation about the longest amount of time you stayed awake watching television. A couple folks were incarcerated at the time, Cubby.
I didn't know you could binge watch TV in prison.
I don't know the rules. Boy, I don't know for me personally. Yeah, when I was a kid, I could certainly sit and watch television all day long. But I've never once in my life committed myself, like I said a few minutes ago, to the modern day version of binging. Never committed myself to any program like that. So,
when you were into Game of Thrones, you got into it for a very short amount of time?
yeah,
How many did you watch in a row?
probably 2.
2 in a row, tops?
I don't know, were they hour-long programs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did involve myself in Game of Thrones, and I lasted about a season and a half, and then the storyline got, for me personally, too complex, and there were too many characters, and I'm just not built for that. One of the last things I remember about the Game of Thrones series was the walking snowmen with glowing eyes,
Yeah.
and that's when I said, okay, F this.
The White Walkers?
It was stupid.
I think that's what they're called. You didn't like that?
No.
Oh, I thought they were kind of cool.
I liked, and this is what I thought I was getting myself into, just good old-fashioned one man against another in a sword fight. Heads falling off, arms being chopped off, and then they go out and just get crazy ass. If you watch Game of Thrones, it was nothing but just gorgeous, naked ladies everywhere. That's what I thought I was getting myself into. As soon as there were walking dead people and flying dragons, that's where too much sci-fi, too much of that fantasy stuff irks me a little bit. There has to be a little more basis in reality. That's just how I operate. But so there you go. Binge watch your ass off. It'll help your mental health is where they're going with all that. And you're better off staying home anyway as compared to going out with your bros. Did you know that having friends costs $250 a month?
Yeah,
How many of us have them?
Friends?
Ones we can depend on. Friends, yes.
That-
$250 a month, Josh.
I think if you're younger, it's probably more. I would think going to the bars, if you're doing that every week.
Oh, absolutely, Josh.
Especially nowadays.
What do you mean younger? What do you mean by younger?
Like in your early 20s or something where you're going out every single week or a couple days a week, going to the bar.
Well, but see, when we were in our early 20s, we never had the money to buy rounds. We only bought our own drinks.
I'm not saying even buying rounds. Just, I mean...
For yourself, it still adds up.
Oh. Well, wouldn't you think it's a little more expensive when you get older, when you start buying your friends dinner and buying rounds?
Well, yeah, if you're buying more people's stuff. I'm just saying $250 for one person right now even doesn't seem like... I mean, that's obviously a lot of money, but I wouldn't have been surprised if it was more.
$250 a month, they say. Having friends.
Or and imagine like you go to a ball game once, and then you're also going to bars on the weekend.
Well, of course, you're out more when you're younger. Absolutely. If this matters at all to you, it's a little more expensive for men than women. I don't know. The average cost for a guy to hang out with his friends in a month is $296. For a woman, it's $208.
There was a time just working here where I couldn't really hang out with people because they wanted to go to the strip club every single weekend, sometimes Friday and Saturday. And it was just unattainable for me. I couldn't afford it.
I hear you. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, I just remember when we were freshly 21, hell, there wasn't anyone in our group that would buy a round. My God. It didn't even come into conversation because nobody had the means. Nobody had the funds, as a friend of mine would say. You get a little older, you get a little more money in your bank account, you're able to do that. It was embarrassing at times. I'm sure you guys experienced it too. A couple of your buddies arguing over $5. Mm-hmm. It was embarrassing, but that's where we were at in life.
Oh, you owe me from last time, bro. No, don't you remember? I got that beer at Sally's last Friday night.
At, what day was that? So, going to the Twins game on Sunday, nachos and one Diet Mountain Dew where was that? Uh-oh, I just lost it. $30.
$30, huh?
$30.
Then they kick you in the crotch once you paid for it, too? Just a little...
Here you go, sucker.
Yep.
Later on, Josh, when we talk with Randy Shaver and see Willi Myles and Janel Klein.
And? That guy.
Wing Ding Bah. Well, I'm imagining he'll be gone at this point when this subject comes up, but there is one NFL team who still has reasonable prices at their ballpark for things like nachos and Mountain Dews. I'll tell you about that.
Yeah, I hope other stadiums do this as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting, I love ballpark food, but by the time you pay for it, you could have gone to a fancy dinner.
Yeah, I would think it would be wonderful, Josh, if baseball teams, hockey teams, football teams would follow this. It's the Baltimore Ravens. I might as well let who gives a rat's ass. I'll let the cat out of the bag. The Baltimore Ravens home ballpark, from what I read yesterday, still has some great, reasonable prices for beer and food. I would like to believe that it would spread and other ball clubs would, say, hey, let's do what the Ravens are doing. They're making too much money.
It might. I mean, there's other businesses that are, like McDonald's just announced they're going to lower some of their prices on some of their food just to help folks out. Maybe. I mean, I guess maybe they'll end up making more money somehow. More folks will go in there expecting to buy some stuff. That is cool, though, that they're doing that. I bet the fans really appreciate that. Freaking Polads.
Oh, what about this guy? Back to when we were young, going out all the time. You never had any real money in your pocket, but you had to go out. What about this guy? Remember the guy who, once he was looking at maybe $20, meaning, let's say you're going to a hockey game, and it costs each of you $20 to get in. There was one guy in my friend group who would start drawing back ancient history in order to get himself his $20 hockey ticket for cheaper by saying, hey, dude, remember 5 years ago at the Motley Crue concert when I got you this and this? So you kind of owe me $12. So how about I only give you $8 for that $20? You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That stuff drove me friggin' nuts. Mm-hmm. Drove me nuts. You can't hit the Wayback Machine and start trying to cash in on events that happened 5-6 years ago. That's not fair. That's not fair.
And the guy, too, that would say, you'd buy him a beer, like, oh, I'll get your next one. Well, technically, at this point, you owe me the next 75 next ones of mine. That's how long this string has been going on for.
I had a couple of real tight friends back in those days. Still, I hang out with a couple of guys who don't like to open up their wallets too often. It can be a battle. All right, for God's sake. We might as well get going again. Again, what did I say earlier? 7:30 is a big moment for us. Our regular pals, Randy Shaver, Janel Klein, Willi Myles. But also, we're going to talk to that friggin' guy, the Wing Ding Bah. Chase is his name. The guy who rode an imaginary motorbike around a town hall meeting in Pennsylvania a couple weeks ago and became the biggest friggin' thing that the internet has ever seen. So we'll take a minute to ourselves, be back in a few with the stupid news here on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side-eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Aloe or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. With Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts are going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
All right, Cubby. Let's see if we can hook them with today's stupid news report. For starters, come on, man. This is too much. Just too damn much. This is, I'm going to go ahead and guarantee, this is the worst thing you'll hear all day. Worst thing you'll hear all day. I hope I'm correct about that, because if you hear something worse than this, F me running. How in God's name is this something to do? In stupid Texas, a 37-year-old dude has been arrested for killing his 34-year-old friend. The two of them were allegedly taking turns putting on a Kevlar helmet and shooting each other in the skull with a rifle.
What could possibly go wrong?
I mean, there's so much going on here.
These are men in their 30s and 40s, Josh, not junior high kids.
I know. I mean, it seems like a jackass stunt, but they'd use like a BB gun or a beanbag gun or something like that. I don't get how anybody could be this stupid. And you're really trusting your drunk friend to have decent aim.
Were they drunk?
Yeah, they've been drinking all night.
If it's something Meg Griffin did in Family Guy, you typically don't want to try it in real life.
Oh, they did that?
She got a job as a bulletproof vest tester for a while.
I missed that one.
It was pretty good.
They took turns putting on a Kevlar helmet and shooting each other in the skull with a rifle. This is beyond everything. What movie is that where a guy says, it's just beyond everything?
Couldn't tell you.
Text me if you know, 651-989-9393. It's just beyond everything. He says it with a southern accent, if that helps you at all. Okay. What movie is that?
No Country for Old Men?
Yeah. How'd you do that?
Googled It's Beyond Everything movie quote.
Man, that was quick. So, a feller called Sean O'Donnell was taken into custody last week and charged with one count of murder. He killed his friend. A friend by the name of Aaron Prout. And this happened earlier last month. The local police got a telephone call. Please help. At the scene, first responders said this Prout dude, poor bastard, had taken a terrible gunshot wound to the noggin. They raced him off to the hospital. He didn't make it. Now, this is shady as all hell. At first, paramedics and whatnot thought the dude had shot himself in the melon. I'm not sure what O'Donnell, the shooter, originally told the cops about his friend with a big smoking hole in his cranium. But the story mentions that an investigation led them to realize that the victim did not blow his own brains out. So to me, that makes it seem as if this O'Donnell dude was being shady about it. F me, the guy's damn friend is laid out dead because they were effing off, and this O'Donnell guy is how you say it. This O'Donnell guy may have allowed the cops to believe it was a suicide?
Yeah, or they just said, did he shoot himself? Like, yeah, that's the ticket. That's what happened there. And I'm sure they realized, well, how did he shoot himself from like 10, 15 feet away?
Right.
Dog Mom Shiza says, natural selection at work.
Man.
Yeah, exactly.
So it says here, contradictory evidence was uncovered that led police in a different direction in their investigation than a suicide. Anyway, the local sheriff couldn't have put it any better when discussing two grown men taking turns shooting each other in the head with a rifle. The local sheriff simply said, quote, hard to believe.
It is hard to believe.
What in the name of all that is holy was going on with those two dudes?
Yeah. I mean, it's like a funny idea if you're using BBs or something like that. And obviously, you know, that's dangerous as well, but you're going to survive that one. I can't figure this out at all. But, you know, we've heard stories before of guys wearing Kevlar vests and shooting at each other. Same type of thing. They get drunk, shoot at somebody goes a little high, and then their friend's dead. But helmets.
I just can't begin to understand why you would even think about doing that with your friend or anybody else. Years of drug abuse, maybe, years of drinking had rotted their brains before they decided on this. Because like I said, beyond everything.
Bartab Jesus said, did they say anything about how drunk they were? No, just that they were drinking all day. So I can imagine quite drunk.
I have been real drunk. You've seen me real drunk, Josh.
Yeah.
Do you think you could have talked me into trading rifle shots to the skull?
No. Even if you were drunker, and I've seen you crazy drunk.
Oh!
Even if you were more drunk than that. You had enough wits about you to know that's a bad idea. Even when you are perpetrating bad after bad idea,
yeah,
that still would be too far.
I mean, I know it's only natural to look for a reason, to look for an excuse. Were they drunk? Were they on hard drugs? This and that. What was the story yesterday, Josh, where someone did something ridiculous and their excuse was, well, I was really drunk and really high?
Well, you can understand. He smoked a little marijuana, had a couple of drinks, and then tried to kidnap a bikini barista by pulling her through a drive-thru window.
That's right. That was the one. Dude tried to kidnap the hot neighborhood coffee shop lady, and he said, well, you know, I was drunk and high. Lots of us get drunk and high, and we never consider kidnapping. And then there's the English. Oh, they piss me off. Kids at a local park in England. They did get a thrill a few days ago, though. They did. It was what they call here Kids Fun Day at the neighborhood park. Josh, you ever been part of a Kids Fun Day at your local park?
Certainly.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
It's never that much fun for the grown folks, is it?
Very rarely.
Boring.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
Unless there's a food truck, sometimes that makes it fun.
I was going to say beer. Josh went to food truck.
Well, they serve beer at the food truck
That's a good point.
sometimes.
So they could use a more creative name, but it is what it is. Kids Fun Day cut loose at a neighborhood park there in England. Anyways, the reason I bring it up, some lady obviously came uncorked mentally at Kids Fun Day or on Kids Fun Day. She took her top off at the party.
Yeah, it's bad.
She twerked her big bottom. She did. It says here, mums, and that gets my blood pressure skyrocketing right there. Mums were having to cover their children's eyes. The cops were called. We got a grown woman here at the kids' fun park, taking off her top, swinging her cans around. She kept them in her bra, but still. And then she's bouncing her. I'll tell you what happened.
Save that for the dad's fun part.
Yeah.
That'd be a welcome addition to the dad's fun part.
The cops were called, but it sounds like it took them a while to get there. And this crazy lady had plenty of time to put on quite a show. Word is the lady stripped off her top for the kids, got down to her bra, and danced inappropriately on a stage they had set up over there. They probably had a clown or a petting zoo or something. They had a stage set up for some reason for what were you telling us years ago, Josh? One of the most fun stories I've ever heard you tell on this radio show. When you were a kid in junior high, they brought in the positive influence rap team.
Oh yeah, that was no, it was at my kid's school. My older kids when they were in school.
I thought this was when you were a kid.
No.
They brought in the two positive rappers who came in and said drugs are bad. Listen to your dad.
Yeah.
Grant, things like that. I loved it when you told that story because I believe you claimed that one of the two positive influence rappers was named Pipsqueak.
Yeah, there was Pipsqueak and Bebop. I think that's what it was. Hey kids, it's Pipsqueak and Bebop.
Come on, hoop, top,
yeah,
Bebop.
And they were dressed like Vanilla Ice. They were talented, I gotta say, and they had some positive messages.
Education. Education.
Big necklaces.
Do you think their positive influence messages stuck?
For most of the
for
kids.
For some of them,
yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I know for a fact for at least one the message was missed.
Nobody bats 1,000, Dave.
No, I know. I'm just wondering, comparing it to the DARE program that I went through. That for a lot of people I know that didn't really work.
The DARE program that you went through.
Yeah, in 5th grade, everybody did in the state. It was drug awareness, resistance education, or something like that.
Yeah, we had that.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean? What did you have to do?
Oh, a cop came through, taught us, drugs are bad, that type of stuff.
Oh, I thought you were, like you went to a camp or something.
No. This was just the mandatory elementary school. Don't do drugs, listen to your parents.
AB.
Do they still do that?
I don't know.
Somebody told me it's not around anymore, and I can tell you, like, with my kids, I don't remember them going through it at all.
Everybody
Abstinence.
DARE
Abstinence.
Do you guys have the bumper stickers?
Remind me.
Well, they handed out bumpers.
What did it say? Like my kid graduated DARE or something?
No, it just said DARE on it.
Gotcha.
I remember the DARE movement, sure. I think I was a little too old. I don't remember ever sitting through anything in class. I think that movement came around maybe after I was already in high school or out of high school. Anyway.
We had one that said, don't do drugs, right? That was another one. And then there was a kid that was writing on the bottom of each one, unless they're free, and handing those out. So I had one of those on my door as well.
Those are funny. All right, back to this fun park in England. A lady went nuts. Stripped off her top, got up on a stage and danced Dirty. That didn't get enough of a reaction because the lady then took to hopping up on the lid of somebody's car where she, quote, continued to make suggestive movements for the children. That's where the twerking came into play, I believe. And finally, the topless lunatic lady then crawled behind the wheel of her own motor vehicle and she drove it around on the grass for a while, disrupting all the silly little kids' lawn games they were playing and whatnot. So she's doing circles around the field that they were hosting this party. All in all, witnesses say this was about an hour-long gimmick before someone finally tackled the crazy lady and held her down until the police made it. One normal gal who was at this Kids' Day event, she said, she was on top of her car shouting obscenities and dancing. She refused to come down. She took her top off. Says here, everyone cheered when the cops choked her out and handcuffed her. That's hilarious. I'd hate to be the idea guy, Josh, for next year's Kids' Day, because that's going to be tough to top.
Yeah, you're going to have, unless you bring out two of them, there's no way you're going to be able to top that.
Next year, the kids will be saying, a petting zoo, that's it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, either the cops had other stuff going on, or the dad that called 911 or whatever it is, 999 over there, said, listen, take your time, like as much time as you need, but we got a half-naked lady dancing seductively over there. But again, like I said, take your time. St. Paul Lino Jesus said his mom had a MAD bumper sticker, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and then she got a DWI.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You can still be against it and make a mistake.
Yeah, I love that. I love that story of the positive rappers coming to school. And the kids were thinking, I mean, rapping, that's kind of, edgy, but yet they're positive about, the messages are.
It's like Will Smith.
Sure, yeah.
A positive rapper.
Was this for your youngest kid or the older kids, Josh?
What? The hip-hop guys? That was the older ones.
Oh, okay.
It's like the first time I heard of Christian rock. I was probably a 5th or 6th grader, and it blew my mind. What are you talking about? Christian rock? Rock is supposed to be evil and scandalous and controversial, and parents don't accept it, but they're throwing Christian messages into rock? I couldn't wrap my head around it when I was a 12-year-old.
We were at a bar recently where they were playing like some death metal in the bar with videos. They were playing music videos of death metal, and I was kind of surprised. I'm like, wow, look at all the death metal here at this bar. It doesn't seem like the type of place that would do that. And my daughter said, well, that's all Christian. It's all Christian death metal. And it was on like a television, like some sort of cable or pay-per-view. I don't know what it was.
So they're doing the Cookie Monster or
all that kind of stuff.
But they're talking about Jesus.
Yeah, and I couldn't understand what they were saying.
Abstinence.
Like,
education.
Whatever they were talking about. And
wow.
I looked at they did have the lyrics up on the screen. And I was reading them like, oh my gosh, this is religious. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, that was news to me as well.
Christian rock, positive messages, but
the screaming metal stuff.
With like the death metal camel.
Is this true? A person texted in and said the officer that did their DARE program got picked up for DUI in their squad car the next day? Get back to us. Is that true? Are you joking?
That is a dramatic effing story there. No question that it happened the next day.
Motocross 492 Jesus says, I never got offered drugs as much as DARE made it seem like I would.
Honestly.
Christian rap. Yeah, listeners are texting in. Yeah, there's Christian rap. Well, that's kind of what we were just talking about. We were talking about the positive message rappers that Josh saw in person. Sure. The Christian Side Hug. I remember that gang from a number of years ago. The Christian Side. They were.
Do you remember their follow-up? The Side Hug became too sexualized.
Oh yes, the Christian hip
air slap.
Air slap.
Yeah, because with the Side Hug, you're still touching.
Okay, and when young people touch, it's bad. Right. Okay.
Hunter's a douche canoe. Jesus said, "Look up Demon Hunter. They're a Christian metal band."
Okay.
What? As I Lay Dying is a Christian death metal growling band?
I was unaware.
Did not know that.
All right, maybe this is the beer talking, but this one cracked me up. How about this poor bastard out there in Los Angeles, California? A day or two ago, he had just landed back in Los Angeles. He took a trip out of town on one of those airplanes. Now he's back in his hometown at the airport. All he wants to do is grab his gear and go home, and he couldn't find his suitcase at baggage claim. God help us, that sucks. Couldn't find his suitcase at the baggage claim. Now, he had something called an air tag inside his suitcase. And the story tells me that tracks the damn thing wherever it goes. So he checked, I think on his cellular telephone, to see where his suitcase was, and he saw that it was moving away from the airport. It was cruising around towards the ride share area. So obviously someone had taken it. Dude starts chasing after it. Couldn't catch up with it at the airport, but he kept following it in his car. Eventually, he saw it stop at a boarded-up abandoned building about a half-mile away from the airport. Dude, that's bizarre to me in the first place. He's staring at his cell phone and chasing this little blip on the radar. Ends up in a boarded-up abandoned building. He called the cops. Good idea. Good idea. Cops showed up. The police shined flashlights inside this abandoned building and saw some movement up in there, so they went inside. They found some low-life, derelict people in there, so the cops lined them up, and one of them was already wearing the guy's clothes.
His brand new clothes, man?
Mm-hmm. Come on. That's funny.
Would you want him back?
Yeah.
Which I guess I'm not that passionate about anything I own. I don't have anything very expensive.
Yeah, I'd want my friggin' clothes back.
If dude's wearing them?
Yeah.
What if he gets cooties on him or something like that?
Ooh, cooties. Cops line up the derelicts, and one of them, not that much time has passed, but one of them is already wearing the guy's clothes. Hey, I recognize those carpenter pants and that Under Armour tank top. Our guy was allowed to go in there and collect his things, which had already been strewn all throughout the building. He says he was able to get about 90% of his stuff back. Man, what the hell's wrong with people? Sounds like the cops are still investigating.
It's kind of crazy, all that tracking stuff, and a lot, seems like you hear more and more stories like that where somebody's like, all right, they stole it, but I know exactly where they are.
That's just so fun and funny to me that the dude is, running through the airport chasing this blip. It beats him out the airport. Now he's in his car, driving aimlessly around, following his suitcase. You ever have your suitcase lost at the airport?
No, but I barely have traveled, so
I had it happen.
The odds aren't good.
I had it happen once.
Did it end up at a wrong airport or just never?
I don't remember where it ended up. It was a long time ago, but it was really effing frustrating. It was that nightmare trip to Ireland I made 25 years ago, and we didn't get home to Minneapolis until 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm due back on the air, the next day at 5 a.m. So I was already cooked, tired, just wanted to go home. I hated my trip to Ireland for the most part. It sucked. And then we're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for my luggage to never arrive. So by the time they finally gave me some kind of a receipt and said, we'll call you when we find your suitcase. By the time I get home, I had about an hour and a half to get some sleep before I had to go to work. The whole thing was miserable. And they brought it back, 2 days later. But, this was like a week-long trip to Ireland. I brought pretty much everything I owned, Josh.
All right, so
I had no toothbrush. I had no deodorant. I didn't have a clean pair of drawers.
Maybe you don't know this, but for folks listening, let us know if, let's say you go somewhere. Let's say it was the opposite. You go to Ireland, right? And they lose your suitcase. Do they give you a couple of bucks to get a toothbrush and maybe some underwear?
Don't know.
Good question.
I've never heard of that.
You'd be pretty screwed.
Oh. All right, let's stick with the airplanes here. As you know, it's always a problem. A couple days ago, the toilet stopped working on an airplane.
Oh, man, that would suck.
And folks had to take to pissing in water bottles. Says here, the toilet stopped working on a Virgin Australia flight. I think I'm saying that properly. Coming from a place called Bali, if that means anything to you. They were flying from Bali to Australia, an overnight flight, about a 6-hour poke, and the crappers stopped working. One passenger described the experience by calling it a filthy, humiliating nightmare. A passenger by the name of Aaron, he said there was only one toilet working when they took off. So only one was available from the get-go. And then that one clogged up about halfway through the 6-hour flight. So I think what happened was, eventually, with all those people on the airplane and only one head, the one working toilet got overworked and it just quit. And after that, it filled up to the brim quickly with ones and twos, and there wasn't a damn thing anybody could do about it. Then the new isn't the word. Then the real nightmare kicked in. An old lady peed her pants. Cold urine and soft human turds were leaking out the one bathroom and onto the floor. People were pulling out their gear and trying to whiz in water bottles. New guys in the corner puking his guts out. Some other dude was running around the cabin pretending to be in a motocross race.
Hey, you gotta turn my thing on there, pal.
And the whole airplane, according to the crowd trapped on it, the whole airplane smelled like a summertime softball field porta potty. Virgin Airlines, whatever they call it, airplanes, they feel terrible about this. They're very effing apologetic. And some of the folks on board were actually pretty complimentary to the crew for doing the best they could while walking around ankle deep in piss.
I'll bet. I've never had a bad experience with a crew member. They've always been great.
I had one, but it was all my fault.
Yeah, that was all your end. But
all my fault.
You actually had a very good experience with him because he could not have been more accommodating and more level-headed.
Yeah, he kept me out of prison.
He really did. And at that time, it wouldn't have took much.
Josh, you were asking about you go on a trip, you get there, and your luggage is lost. What do? Do they give you some walking around money so you can buy a clean pair of drawers and some flip-flops or whatever? Here's a listener who says a couple years ago, his grandma's luggage was lost when they were going on a cruise. She had to buy clothes from the gift shop on the ship until she finally got her luggage back. So
yeah,
she had to spend all of her money.
It seems like most people are saying you don't get any money unless they completely lose it. There's a couple of people that said they gave them a couple of bucks like for some deodorant.
Sucks. Yeah, that sucked. I was pissed off when they lost my friggin' luggage. But I was a novice traveler. I'm probably still a novice traveler compared to most people, but that was maybe only my second plane ride, was that one out to Ireland. So I didn't know how anything worked, and it pissed me off. So, our state fair just wrapped up. Are there any more local county fairs that have yet to cut loose? Let me know. 651-989-9393. I imagine they've all come and gone, but I'm just curious. Do you guys know of any local county fairs that still might happen in the month of September?
The ones I know of were before the state fair. So,
right.
Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, let us know.
It'd be a tough act to follow at the state fair.
Well, sure. But, I mean, if you're in Rock County in southwestern Minnesota, you don't give a rat's ass what they're doing at the state fair. It's a whole different world, you know? Let me know, 651-989-9393, if there are any more county fairs that are still yet to bust out. The pig races at the Hennepin County Fair was always fun. The Hennepin County Fair, when we were young dudes, that was a riot. There was a lot of beer and not a lot of rules, Josh.
Where is that? Like Medina or somewhere? Corcoran?
Yeah.
I've never been to that one. I've been to the Dakota County Fair, the Anoka County Fair. I thought they were both great.
Unfortunately, the last number of years, the Hennepin County Fair has fallen completely apart.
Meaning they don't have as much stuff going
there.
on?
There's nothing there.
Oh, really?
It's been a few years since I've been there, but the last couple, it's just there's no money, or I don't know the exact reason. But, I mean, we used to drink ourselves upside down and just have a riot. Not only the Hennepin County Fair. Hell, I used to go to the Anoka once in a while. I mean,
yeah, that one's fun, too.
I love that scene.
At the Dakota County Fair, I got to go on a Bearcat, one of those police vehicles, and that was incredible. That was awesome seeing that out there.
You get to ride in one?
No, just I got to go in one. They had them parked out there, or had theirs parked out there. And, the pig races. Those are fun.
Yeah.
Funny names.
Now.
Pamela Hammerson. Hamela? I can't remember.
Hamela Anderson.
Yeah, Hamela Anderson.
Kevin Bacon.
Dominated.
They all have the same, right? They all have the same friggin' names. Now, I'm not sure this here would hold my attention for very long, but it says here a competition at the Orange County Fair in California is gaining some steam lately. And they call it competitive table setting. Everybody wants to enter the table setting competition. Now, the folks who run the Orange County Fair are crediting TikTok for the surge in popularity. Someone tossed a table setting competition video up on that TikTok. So, of course, all the trendy young people suddenly act like it's their favorite thing in the whole world until the next quirky trend comes along. So, if I still have your attention, I'm going to go ahead anyway and tell you what is competitive table setting. I'm going to warn you, it's very disappointing. It doesn't have anything to do with how fast you can set a table, or even, it doesn't even involve any real food or drinks. Participants choose from a theme. I'm already out, just for the record. But I'm going to go ahead anyway. This year's Orange County Fair competition, when it came to table setting, offered the following themes: murder, mystery, tropical paradise, this, that. Competitors make up a menu tied to their theme and then decorate a mini-sized table with place settings that must match the theme. I don't know.
Yeah, supposedly people are really taking this stuff seriously there.
They lost me, though. They lost me. Didn't they lose you with that, Josh?
When I saw the headline, I was hoping, too, it was like a speed-related thing, and maybe there'd be some hilarious mishaps. But you're right. It's just mostly kind of like a science fair in a way, where they just run around and see who has the best correlation to the menu and looks the fanciest.
Yeah, they ruined it.
Some of them are pretty impressive.
Once your table's set, you have to do that thing where you try to pull the tablecloth off fast enough that nothing goes flying. Yeah. That'd be kind of fun.
I've never been able to do it. Tried it several times.
Really? You've tried that?
Yeah, I don't remember. It must have been on some show when I was a kid. I remember as a kid trying it.
So it was exciting to start with. I was excited to find out what competitive table setting was, and in the end, I was greatly disappointed. There are judges. Look it up if it sounds interesting to you. You could take home somewhere between $20 and $150 American dollars if you win the table setting. We weren't big table setters at my house growing up, mainly because we rarely had dinner. So that kind of squashed that deal right there.
Oh, that was a big deal in my house. Not the table setting, but having dinner together, to the point where I'd get in trouble if I was late. If I wasn't sitting down at the dinner table at 6 p.m., it didn't matter what else you had going on.
You guys were so Catholic.
Oh, man. My dad was very strict about that.
So Catholic.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
UNC football coach Bill Belichick made his college debut, and only 6 years after his girlfriend made her college debut.
There you go. Everyone poking fun at Bill Belichick. I can get behind that. I can. I don't like the guy. Never did.
He has it coming.
Yeah, he's had it coming for years.
Seems a little jerkish.
I asked a question. Are there any county fairs that haven't yet been put on now that the state fair is over? I know most county fairs happen in the summer before the state fair. but are there any that have yet to cut loose? Got a few text messages. I mean, I don't want to go all the way down to Iowa, but a listener said the Clay County Fair in Spencer, Iowa hasn't happened yet. One of the biggest county fairs in the country. It starts in 3 days, the Clay County Fair.
There was some in Wisconsin, supposedly.
Yeah, what is this? Lac Qui County Fair in in Madison, Minnesota starts tomorrow. The Wright County Fair?
I thought that was like in July.
That's according to one listener. The Wright County Fair is still happening in September.
Is that right?
Heydays is this weekend. That's according to
Weld. Boy, I used to go to that every year. It's been a while since I've been there.
I went there twice. It was nuts.
Hot mamas.
Oh.
And that gets packed. And if you like lifted pickup trucks, which I know the both of us do, word. It's like lifted pickup porn over there.
Went to Heydays twice. One time we got to drive the radio station vehicle smooth onto the property and get a killer parking spot.
That saved you like a 3-mile walk.
Oh, the other time I parked 4 towns away.
Yeah, you got to get there early.
4 or 5 towns away. And this was the other bizarre situation I was put in at Heydays. Of course, they wanted to. They're nice people out there. They wanted to put 93X in a good spot, a visible spot, give us something to do. They parked me next to some world-class, and what I mean parked, I don't want you to, me physically. I got out the vehicle, and I sat at a table with some world-class snowmobile guy. World-class, world-famous snowmobile guy, and I can't think of which guy it was now, but he's a local guy. Everybody loved him. So they said, you sit next to this kid, this snowmobile kid, and so when folks come up to meet him, they can also meet you. There was a mile-long line to meet this snowmobile kid, and everyone that walked up to meet him, they had tears in their eyes, for Christ's sake, to get this kid's autograph, and every one of them got their item autographed, looked at me, wondered who I was, and kept walking. Not one person acknowledged my existence, which was fine by me. But I wish I could remember which dude this was. But if you said it out loud, I might know it.
Did they let you get on one of the sleds?
No, I just sat next to this kid all day.
One of the radio station events. So I've gone out there plenty of times with buddies, but I think maybe 3 radio station events. They let me ride one for a little bit. That was a lot of fun. I was terrified I was going to ruin it, of course.
Well, we rode on
the ice? When we did the ice race?
Snowcross, right? Snowmobiles jumping big hills and such.
Oh, that wasn't me then.
Oh, that wasn't you?
No, you and I did the ice race.
Oh, we did race on a flat track on snowmobiles once, thanks to the hosts of this race let us go around the track.
And remember, like, the speech we got and then what happened? So beforehand, they're like, hey, guys, listen, we don't really want you to go all out. Just kind of maybe one guy gets a little ahead. We can't risk you out there. You don't have experience, that kind of thing.
And they didn't want us to wreck their $4 million snowmobiles.
Right. So they were just like, keep it slow, make it dramatic. And we're like, okay, whatever you say. And one of our coworkers was so competitive, he said, F this, and he was balls out. I thought he was going to die a couple
2 of them were.
Oh, that's right.
2 of them.
That's right. I forgot about the other guy.
Josh and I took it easy out of respect for the folks who were borrowing.
Yeah, they were letting us use their sleds.
The other guys had to be hard-ons, and, the faces on the hosts of the event who borrowed us those sleds, they were not happy watching these 2 radio dorks play bumper mobiles with their... Anyway. No,
they completely ignored that.
I also did the snowcross once.
Awesome. I never had an opportunity to.
I mean, all I did was kind of roll to the top of the hill and roll back. I wasn't going to take any chances on the damn thing. Also, people are telling us, because we were wondering, is there still... Yeah, I think it was Levi LaValle. Someone texted
I can understand.
Yes, Levi LaValle had a line 2 miles long. I sat next to him. Nobody acknowledged my existence, and again, that was fine. Why the hell would they know who I was in the first?
But there were a lot of babes in line to meet Levi.
What did you said it earlier, hot mamas.
Yeah.
Also, Josh, people are telling us that there's something called the Doobie Dabbler this weekend in Shakopee, and they have pig races there.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are still things going on this summer, despite the fact that the state fair is closed down. The Twins got pumped last night. Joining us at 7:30, my God, Randy Shaver, C. Willi Myles, Janel Klein. And if you didn't hear this earlier, we're not kidding. We're expecting a phone call from the wing ding 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 ba ba. We're going to talk to that guy also at 7:30. Josh's News is next.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side-eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to Bombas.com and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO at checkout.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
I've met a lot of people who have foot fetishes, obviously. And nobody has ever done anything to this caliber.
What?
Obviously.
What happened to her feet now?
A rendezvous at a Florida hotel turned violent when a man ran over a woman because she refused to let him smell her feet. After meeting on a dating app, the woman arranged to meet the 28-year-old at a hotel for a first date. Boy, that's quite the first date. Although some stories are saying that they agreed to meet just for her to sell the shoes, but it's kind of confusing. There's alternate versions, but this is the one I like better, that she was roaring to go. Once inside, she told police he asked to smell her feet.
When I got there, he just wanted to sniff my feet, and I didn't feel comfortable with that.
I have to stop you there. What do you say when someone says, I want to sniff your feet?
No. No, I mean, you could have my sneakers all you want. I mean, I don't care. I'm not wearing them.
She explained it would cost him $1,000 because she's a foot model, and that's her going rate.
Is that right?
Denied the succulent aroma of feet, the foot fetishist yeeted from the room when she went to use the bathroom. Thinking that he stole something from her, she chased him into the hotel's garage, which turned out to be a mistake. Things went from footsie to felony.
He did a 3-point turn and actually hit me with a car, ran me over.
He ran you over?
He ran me over, and by the grace of God, I'm still standing today.
Police later revealed the man had been linked to a similar odoriferous oddity in the past, following the same method. As a matter of fact, it may have been quite a few very similar situations. He's since been arrested and charged with aggravated battery.
Oh,
that guy does not take no for an answer.
I guess not. That girl's pretty brave. Just to meet random cats at the hotel.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I would avoid that if I were her or myself. Which I am. A chronic thief received an uppercut of justice after getting caught trying to steal a car outside a grocery store. But now he's the one suing the people that stopped him in the act. 36-year-old Michael Prince learned crime doesn't always pay. Sometimes it just punches, kicks, and hammers you into the pavement. He said he was at Dino's Grocery Mart in Winnipeg when he stole a jacket containing a wallet and a key fob to a car and then went home. When he went back, though, he discovered the car was boxed in by 2 other vehicles. Still, he climbed inside, setting off the alarm, and drew the attention of 8 or 9 store employees. According to Prince, they dragged him from the vehicle and began punching, kicking, and hitting him repeatedly, beating the Canuck out of the thieving Canadian. He said the amount of force used against him was far in excess of what was necessary to execute a citizen's arrest or detain him.
A citizen's arrest?
He said he doesn't remember much after that, only that he suddenly found himself running about a block away, bleeding and bewildered with injuries to his head. Later, he learned that some of those injuries came from being struck with a hammer. Okay, that part's not good.
Jesus balls.
Yeah, that might have went a little far on that one. You gave him quite the beating before that. Prince spent a day in the hospital before being taken into police custody, charged with theft. Since that incident, he's been dealing with constant fear, anxiety, depression, and feelings of worthlessness, he said. He's now suing, claiming loss of opportunity to earn income, loss of enjoyment of life, and other damages. Now, keep in mind, he's had an opportunity to make a legitimate income, but has chosen to steal instead.
Right.
Court records reveal he has at least 17 prior convictions for property crimes, adding up to thousands of dollars in losses.
I was feeling bad for this guy for a minute.
He even did say he's looking to cash in from this particular event.
Where do you go with this, Josh? I mean, obviously none of this would have happened if Dinkus wouldn't have stole somebody's coat or whatever the hell he originally did.
Yeah, so when I was reading the story, I thought, what a douchebag. And this is where we're at. You can sue for anything. And then they mentioned the hammer, and I thought, okay. That does change things a little bit. But, I mean, he had it coming. Don't steal.
Yeah, he's a career scumbag. I don't think, I mean, the case hasn't gone to court yet, correct?
No, well, it's not. So far, no criminal charges have been filed. It's just a lawsuit.
Just a lawsuit, okay. If I'm in the judge or whoever handles this, I just call it even. Hey, sorry you took such a terrible beating. That sucks. No doubt that sucks. No one should. Getting beaten with a hammer is pretty brutal. But you put yourself in that friggin' position. That's the call I would make.
It's tough to feel bad for the guy.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I mean, there's a way to avoid that kind of thing. He stole the guy's stuff. He goes home and realizes, oh, sweet, there's a key fob. I'm going to go take his car, too.
Right.
Miami man.
That's a good story. That's one to think about a little bit.
A Miami man decided his luxury balcony was better suited for a beer bottle launching pad, and now 48 criminal charges are raining back down on him.
He's throwing beer bottles at people from his balcony?
Yeah, and glasses.
That could kill a player.
The 51-year-old reportedly tossed glass grenades out of his six-pack variety from the 41st floor. With such regularity, police had to crack open an investigation. A detective's report noted the flying projectiles could have easily struck pedestrians, residents, or vehicles below, causing serious bodily injury or even death.
God, yeah.
By Thursday, prosecutors filed a felony case against the man, which includes 24 counts of shooting or throwing a deadly missile, along with 24 counts of criminal mischief.
This guy's just kind of a moron maniac?
Yeah, I don't know if he's too lazy to recycle or what. They never said that he tried to hit anybody. He just would whip them out the window.
Jesus Christ.
The building's management company said his actions racked up about $140,000 in damages and related costs, which included installing a protective net and surveillance cameras, which finally broke the case. It's crazy they had to throw the net in there, unless that's what they did immediately. Versus just getting rid of the guy.
He's lucky he didn't kill a kid.
Yeah. Vandals be vandalizing again in Minneapolis. Early Monday, Minneapolis residents awoke to the familiar crash course in car ownership lately. Shattered windows, as the string of vandalism across the city shows no sign of slowing down.
The young people love this bit.
Yeah, and they just can't learn a lesson.
They love smashing windows now. It's just everywhere.
Between 12:30 and 2:15 a.m., officers discovered at least 22 more vehicles with broken windows.
We need more cops. We need more police. And we need to be tough on crime.
Early reports suggest 3 juveniles may have been behind that damage. The break-ins come as more than 120 cars were broken into in just one night last month. Since July, more than 500 break-ins have been reported across the city. In many of these cases, they're not even looking to steal anything, just break some windows.
Right.
Proving misery loves company. It's not only Minneapolis either. Officers in nearby metro communities like Golden Valley and Edina have also noticed a wave of car break-ins over the past few months.
That sucks.
I feel less bad for the people in Edina.
Well, I'm sorry, where?
I feel less bad for the people in Edina.
A Florida man managed to turn the pursuit of $60 into a night in jail. Reasoning for his behavior is ridiculous.
$60, huh?
$60.
All right.
A trooper spotted a speeding sedan traveling about 85 miles per hour. So he went after him. The driver approached an intersection at a dangerously high speed and made a hard right turn, temporarily losing control and even fishtailing before speeding off.
Code Brown, maybe.
No, dumber. Then he increased speed. You know what? That just suggested maybe I meant Code Brown was dumb. No, I'm saying this is a dumb excuse.
I get it.
He increased speed once he saw the emergency lights behind him. Weaving in and out of traffic, he was clocked at 106 in a 55 and then ran at least 2 red lights. Eventually, the chase slowed down. The driver flipped on his hazard lights, eased off the gas, and rolled into a ditch. That's where officers pulled the 23-year-old from the vehicle. He said he was racing to a BMW dealership because someone posted on Instagram $60 had been hidden there as part of a scavenger hunt.
What?
The first person to find it could keep the cash, so he had to get there. He didn't want to miss his chance.
Was he telling a true story?
He was.
Have we talked about this? There's an account in Minneapolis that's been doing this lately on Instagram.
This is the one?
No, this is a different one. This one's in Florida.
Yeah, but there's one in Minneapolis that we talked about. You remember that a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
He said he follows an account where the poster will hide cash, and the first person to find it can keep it.
60 F-me running bucks.
Yep. So he decided to run from the cops at 106 miles per hour on the freeway.
Well, did he get the money?
No, it slowed him down enough. Somebody else got it. Shoot. A man in Colorado tried to run down his ex-girlfriend's mother, but it turns out he sucks as bad at driving as he is at being a decent human being, because instead of hitting her, he managed to crash 3 times into 2 houses, hitting 0 moms. Police got the call around 10:45 a.m. Sunday after reports came in that a car slammed into 2 homes. Investigators say the man had been looking for his ex-girlfriend's family. First, he drove straight into the home of his ex-girlfriend's mom, then sped away. Not long after, he plowed into a completely unrelated house. But he was too dumb to give up. He came back, trying several times to run over his ex-girlfriend's mother before once again smashing his car into her home. At that point, neighbors stepped in, detaining him until officers arrived and took him into custody. They didn't say what upset him so much.
Oh, he hated her mom.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it. Maybe he thinks that she's the reason that he has an ex-girlfriend. Maybe she talked him into it.
Hell yeah. That's it, Cubby.
A 9-year-old boy decided to swap lemonade for something a little different. Kind words, opening a compliment stand in Illinois, one that's now drawing visitors from miles away. A Sycamore, Illinois boy named Ethan Wargo set up shop. Looks like your classic lemonade stand, except instead of a sour drink, he's offering sweet words to boost people's self-esteem.
Isn't that adorable?
Yeah, I love this. The inspiration came from one of his favorite books, Dog Man, where a character runs an insult stand. Ethan thought that didn't sound like such a great idea, so he flipped it around and made it positive. By mid-July, his free compliment stand was open for business. At first, things were pretty quiet, but that changed when his dad shared the idea online.
Yeah, it's really blown up.
I was really kind of caught off guard by just how strong of a reaction people had to it.
It's just very heartwarming.
Soon enough, visitors were making special trips just to hear what kind words Ethan might come up with. He admits it can be tricky sometimes. Finding the perfect compliment doesn't always happen right away, he said. But he says he usually just perseveres.
Have you ever looked at somebody and found it hard to come up with a compliment?
Sometimes.
What would you find about me to compliment? Don't act like you didn't hear the question. Reach deep, see what you can think of.
Well, I like your shoes. I think they're really nice.
That was just where you were looking at the moment.
Now Ethan's hoping others will be inspired to follow his lead, spreading kindness one compliment at a time.
You know what would be killer, absolutely awesome, Josh, is if we went all the way. Where the hell is this happening?
Illinois.
If we went all the way to Illinois, walked up to this kid, and he just unloaded on you.
I got nothing. I'm going to start
brutal.
with that.
He turns on you. You'd be the one he turns on. Boy, you're tough to look at, he says.
This is one of those stories where I chose not to read the comments at the end of it, just because I figured it would get political within 3 or 4. It's usually the third before it turns negative.
I would love to read those comments.
I'm done.
How do I get there?
To the story? I can send you the story once we get going.
You want to see the kid get roasted?
Or you could go, I'm sure there's quite a few.
Not the kid get roasted, but I want to see that. You always bring that up, that just about any story, even the happiest, sweetest little story these days, there's someone in the comments who turns it political or something. I don't know why, but suddenly I really want to see if that's the case with this kid. So, yeah, forward me that story. I'll go ahead and read the compliments, or whatever the word is. Comments. Yeah, I would love to see if it actually happened.
Let's see. What do we got? We got plenty of time. A California mail carrier thought she'd found the first-class ticket to a champagne lifestyle by plundering the very post she was paid to protect.
Plundering the post she was paid to protect.
She splurged on tropical vacations, flashy Rolex watches, that is, but gave herself away because she couldn't resist flaunting it on social media.
Right.
31-year-old Mary McDammit admitted to stealing mail between 2022 and earlier this year.
What was that name?
McDammit.
Really?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
She'd activated stolen debit and credit cards online, and she used them for pricey shopping sprees. But she didn't stop there. McDammit also sold some of the stolen cards to an accomplice who helped her cash checks.
What was she stealing?
She was stealing credit cards and debit cards.
Oh.
I mean, it's pretty obvious what those are, right? I'm sure you've had them mailed to your house.
Sure.
It's pretty clear. She also created fake IDs.
Oh, nice.
On Instagram, she showed off her haul, stacks of hundreds, luxury goods, plenty of proof of her stolen wealth. What a dummy.
Yeah.
But it's great. Like I said,
yeah.
Police created social media to catch dummies.
Were you a 7th grader or something?
In one selfie, she held a thick bundle of cash to her ear, like it was a cell phone. Yellow?
Ah.
In another, the money spilled across her lap into the driver's seat of her car.
Yes, this is rich person. How can I help you?
Prosecutors say she used the cards to bankroll international trips, including getaways to Turks and Caicos and Aruba. One of our guests coming up here, Willi Myles, has been to Turks and Caicos. On one vacation, she posted a photo of herself lounging by a pool, champagne glass in hand, looking every bit the part of someone living large.
She didn't miss a beat.
But on someone else's dime, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And she's hardly a lone letter thief. Investigators say internal mail theft inside the Postal Service surged after the pandemic.
One official recently quoted saying criminal organizations are recruiting people to get a job in the Postal Service so they can rob mail and drain bank accounts.
Just this March, a former postal worker in D.C. was convicted of stealing about $1.6 million in checks to bankroll a similarly lavish lifestyle. But he donated a lot of it to charity. Who worked at the local gentleman's club. Apparently, he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars at a strip club. His stolen life of luxury also came complete with luxurious hotels and international travel.
Wow!
Then across the country, a former Massachusetts mail fraud investigator has been accused of a serious crime, mail fraud. Once the watchdog of America's mail, 51-year-old Scott Kelly, who led the mail fraud unit from 2015 to 2022, and the mail theft unit until August of 2023, apparently stands accused of being the wolf in the postal fold. He pocketed more than $330,000 from scam victims he was supposed to protect, using the stolen cash for personal indulgences, including home upgrades, luxury trips, and the nemesis of Nick's betrothed, whores.
Oh.
According to investigators, he intercepted nearly 2,000 packages from elderly Americans who had been tricked by a Jamaican lottery scam. He told postal workers to forward those packages straight to him. Then he opened them up and took the money inside. From there, he laundered the stolen cash through postal money orders and multiple bank accounts. In one case, he even stole $7,000 from an evidence locker and tried to pin it on some poor coworker. He's accused of using the money for everything from granite countertops and a new pool patio to Caribbean vacations. Court documents say he also paid more than $15,000 for sexual services with stolen funds. Kelly, already a grade A douchebag, proved it again when he told one of the victims their loss was their own fault because they were the ones dumb enough to fall for a scam.
Sure. This guy sounds like a nice character.
Yeah. Two fan favorites are back on streaming today with new episodes. First on Paramount Plus, the Season 3 revival of Beavis and Butthead. The dim-witted duo return for another round of crude antics and absurd misadventures, this time with a Metallica cameo and plenty of their usual stupidity. And returning on Netflix, Wednesday Addams continues to unravel dark mysteries at Nevermore Academy while navigating twisted relationships and supernatural threats in the conclusion of Wednesday Season 2. Wednesday was already renewed for a third season before Season 2 even premiered. So no matter how shocking a potential cliffhanger could be, she's still coming back to Nevermore for her junior year. Olympic snowboarder Shaun White, 39 today.
Oh, no.
Charlie Sheen, 60. It's a medical miracle. Good luck to Bus Party Jesus on his way to get teeth ripped out from his face.
Oh.
He said he'll still be awake because he's too cheap to be put under. Happy birthday to Noah. I did that once myself. Happy birthday to Noah from your big bro, Hillman Welder Jesus, and happy birthday to the smoking hot Northwest Hollywood Jesus from your gal. And that's 93X News.
A live turtle in his pants.
Yes.
That's a lot to pack in your pants.
Randy Shaver on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Yeah, Coach, any changes coming this week?
Yeah, I'm going to make some cuts. Look, Big Wireless wants to come after me. I'm a man. I'm not 40. I'm 58. Why would I overpay when I can get consumer sailors, unlimited plan, 2 lines, $30 each? That's all I got to say. Big Wireless makes me want to puke.
Come on, this is still a bit.
Well, they're bringing it back, I guess.
20 years later, that's still a bit. Mike Gundy, is that the name of the football coach?
The Oklahoma State coach.
Now he's doing cell phone ads, bringing back that bit where he's hollering about being a man and being 40, only now he's 58.
And he's a good kid. And he's not a professional athlete, and he doesn't deserve to be kicked when he's down. That's why I don't read the newspaper. Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me. That's all I got to say. Makes me want to puke.
That one stung me particular because I remember seeing that in college when it first came out and thinking, who's that weird-ass old man? Now I hear I'm at age 40.
She's still got that hairdo. Anyway, that's all over the internet. Mike Gundy returning with his I'm a man bit. Everyone's here, Josh. Randy Shaver, Janel Klein, C. by God, Willi Myles, Brad's writer. Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's just wonderful, absolutely wonderful to have everyone gathered around. But before we get going now with our regular jibber jabber, let's jaw jack real quick with a feller who became a favorite around here pretty quickly a week or so ago. Last week, we had a blast talking about the dude from Pennsylvania who rode a pretend motorbike around the room at a town meeting. Accompanied by the most realistic motocross sound effects you'll ever hear. We ended up referring to him on the show. We ended up referring to him as simply Wing Ding Bah. Fell in love with the bit, and by damn, we got the dude on the telephone right effing now. Chase Archer Evans is the name. Chase, are you there?
I am here. What's up?
Dude.
It's an honor.
Yeah.
I mean, you are responsible for one of the most popular clips we've ever played on this show.
I can't thank you guys enough, man. It's an honor for me. Are you kidding? This is awesome.
Chase,
thank you guys.
And for anybody, I mean, plenty of people now, we've played it so much, they've heard the infamous at this point clip, but you need to watch the video too because you acted out and you are an incredible actor.
I appreciate that. You guys are awesome.
You didn't hold back. You were all in, and it was such an awesome video. For anybody that's not familiar with really what started it, can you share the story?
So, a buddy of mine just kind of hit me up one day because he saw the flyer about this local motocross track getting a cease and desist order. And I'm pretty familiar with local politics, so like we knew that the government was just going to come in and change the definition of recreation so that they could take control over this track. And that's exactly what was happening. We got into the meeting and we're listening to them banter back and forth about definitions, and the prosecutor is up there badgering this sweet old man that's trying to help out the community. And it was just really disgusting all the way around, and we're kind of sitting there during the intermission trying to figure out what we wanted to say during the public comment, and we didn't even think we were going to get a chance to get up there. So we were just kind of joking around, and a lot of it was just kind of spur of the moment. Yeah, and then it took me a little while to figure out exactly what I was going to say, and same with my buddy, and somehow it just kind of came together, and now here we are. I have no idea how this happened, honestly.
Your imaginary ride around the room with the unbelievable sound effects, that was more or less spur of the moment. You just decided to cut loose and raise some hell and came up with it on the spot.
It was less on the spot because, I mean, we're goofy guys. Like, this is, not really out of the normal for us, but we did joke about getting up there and just doing nothing, but I was joking about doing the 2-stroke, and he was going to do the 4-stroke.
Sure.
And obviously once we got into the room, we were like, this isn't the place to just go in and clown. So we were trying to find a way to, like, make actual statements, but the whole thing was just so ridiculous, and we couldn't help ourselves just from mocking it.
That was fun.
It was insane.
It's funny that you said that because we had our listeners are geniuses, hilarious people. We're jealous every day of the funny stuff they come up with. And a few people texted in and said, "Oh, I think he's alternating between a 2 and 4-stroke." They were able to break down what you were doing. So they realized your genius, Chase. We all did. It was awesome.
I appreciate that. You guys are awesome.
How has fame changed you, Chase? Since your Wing Ding Bah video has reached all corners of the globe?
I'm not going to lie. Absolutely nothing has changed. This is more likes and comments. Like, this is just a normal day for me. I do this kind of stuff all the time. I really do.
Do you do any other sound effects?
I didn't know that the internet was going to grab onto that one. Like, why does that have to be my talent?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's quite
great.
Impressive.
Yeah, don't downplay it.
Yeah.
Awesome video, very funny.
Brought joy to so many people.
Yeah, it did. It's one of the best things we've seen or heard in a long time.
Let me tell you something, Chase. We've been doing this friggin' morning show for nearly 30 years. And your bit, the audio from that imaginary ride around that town meeting is easily, Josh, in the top 5 most requested bits of audio this show has ever gotten their hands on. People have been texting and emailing saying, play it again, play it again,
yeah,
play it again.
send me the clip, that type of thing. Now, if I remember right, didn't you kickstart the fake bike as well to get it going?
Oh, yeah, I kickstarted it every time I started it up.
Yeah, that was so good. Well, just in case...
I love that you stayed in character.
Like I said, your commitment was absolutely incredible. That's what made it so much better. I would imagine at this point it's nearly impossible people haven't seen or heard it. But in case they haven't, here's the original clip.
I really just came up here to say that you're either going to hear them where they're allowed to be, or you're going to hear them where they're not allowed to be.
You need to... Thank you for the entertainment.
Now, they let you go for a little while. Were they annoyed, or did they appreciate the humor as well?
Oh, no. The entire room was mad. The track's mad at me, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
I had one motocross kid message me and ask me what my number was so that he could knock me off the track. The town is actually really mad about it.
Well, I'm surprised. I mean... I would think maybe it would get more support. That's too bad.
So the track probably would have wanted you to argue in a little more of a mature fashion at the meet. Is that what they're upset about? That you kind of turned it into an episode?
I'd like to think that we turned it into a joke, but honestly, the government did that from the gate. So it's hard to be mad at a kangaroo for showing up at kangaroo court.
There you go. There you go.
Here's a text. This says it well. He didn't harm anyone. He's brought legitimate joy to others, and he pissed off public officials. This guy's a treasure. Yeah, you nailed it.
I appreciate that. That was... Honestly, I didn't... I went up there thinking that I was going to do the 2-stroke noises, but I told myself don't. And that's why I started with just a sentence, you're either going to hear them where they're allowed to be... And I had a feeling she was going to give me an issue about, not saying my name, because I knew what kind of shirt I was wearing. They were mad from the gate. And the one lady was laughing at me. But, as soon as she told me that you have to state your name and started interrupting me, I was like, you know what, I'm not even going to try to speak. I'm just going to And you could see the attitude when I tilted my head and when I hit second gear.
That's what did it.
Chase Archer Evans, you will be remembered.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You will be. What's this I hear about an OnlyFans page?
Is that true, or are we being messed with?
Well, no, I actually have one, but so again with the internet shenanigans, I do a lot of odd jobs, and I started advertising for this one gas station I worked at as a joke, and then I got fired from there because corporate didn't like my advertisements. I was taking pictures with the products and stuff like that, and so I started weed whacking after I got fired, and I just kind of started posting pictures or videos of me weed whacking on an OnlyFans and advertising it as "Come watch me whack it."
The guy can't lose.
You got a lot of ideas, buddy. A lot of ideas.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we're aiming for a reality show.
We're almost there.
I hate to be obnoxious about this, Chase, but on your way out, I mean, could we hear you fire up that ride for our listeners? Love it, and go ahead.
I want the kickstart.
Just a little cold. Hang on.
Sure. Dude, you call us anytime you like, Chase Archer Evans.
Please come to town.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
If you ever come to the Twin Cities, look us up. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate the fun that you've brought to everybody over the last couple of weeks, so you have a good one.
I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you to the entire state. I love you guys. Y'all are awesome.
See you, Chase.
The feeling's mutual. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Good night, you guys. Thank you.
I love how he described it as, when I got in the second gear.
Tilted my head a bit.
Yeah, that's method acting right there.
He fired it up live on air, Randy.
That's impressive,
even with
to say the least.
I know, I love that.
Cold
It's a little cold.
That sumbitch is a little cold at first. Oh, man. Now, that was fun. We'll see you tomorrow.
We got nothing left.
Is Brad here? I haven't heard Brad.
Oh, hi, Brad.
Yeah. No, hi. I'm just listening in.
Hey, Brad.
God dang. That was fun. What do you think, Janelle?
I mean, I have so many questions for him. First of all,
you do? We just
hung up. This could have been like a sit-down 1-hour interview with me. That's how funny I think this guy is. But don't you just want to know what happened? Like, did the city council listen to him at all? Did anything work? Like,
he said,
Janelle, I've got an idea. You go pitch that in the newsroom.
Do you think maybe?
The wing ding ding guy.
I wish you would have asked. See, he said the track and the town are mad at him for this.
Right. That surprises me.
I know.
Especially the track. They're getting all this attention.
I agree. And also, just that you have someone that would fight for you like that.
Right.
Automatic rating spike if you do like an extra on that.
Yeah.
The dramatic music and everything.
Yeah, you should just have your own. You know how sometimes there's like folks that just go out there and they have their own news channel, essentially?
Right. I should just fly to Pennsylvania and
there
just
you go.
call
Why
him
not?
up, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we talked to Chase. I am.
If he's close to Philly, I don't know if he's close to Philly or not. I mean, the football game Thursday night, they could have him out at the 50-yard line doing that.
Oh, that'd be great.
So good.
The sky's the limit, Brad Ryder, for this kid.
Boy, if we could get him out to our Wisconsin broadcast, that'd be awesome.
Oh, my God.
Whatever happened when we tried to get a hold of backup Terry to come to our boat party? Did he ever answer us?
I talked to somebody who he lives with. He's not able to get on an airplane. He's a paraplegic. So it wasn't really going to be able to make it to the boat cruise.
We fell so much in love with backup Terry. Now we're in love with Chase Archer Evans. Boy, imagine if we can get both of them at the same time at a function. It would probably cost us all the money that we have. But
I know who could MC it?
Who?
Fancy Ray.
Fancy Ray.
Is that too much awesomeness in one?
Probably. All right. The latest NFL regular season is just a day away, Randy Shaver. Lots and lots has been written already about this year upcoming NFL season. Most folks who cover the National Football League don't have much faith in totally unproven and injury-prone Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy. What about you fools? J.J. McCarthy, as we're just a few days away from the...
I guess you have to define what faith is. Is faith winning 10 games? Is faith winning getting to the playoffs? Is faith finishing the season?
Let's say that faith is becoming a regular number one starter in the National Football League.
I have a lot of faith in that.
Okay.
With all the weapons he has around him, if he's a Brock Purdy-like quarterback, who I look at Brock Purdy as a serviceable, steady quarterback, it's not going to set the world on fire, but he's able to move his team up and down the field. If he's like that, then they'll be very successful.
Brad Ryder, see Willi Myles. So like a scale of, we've defined what faith means now. Scale of 1 to 10, J.J. McCarthy.
I cringe a little bit at the constant Patrick Mahomes comparisons already.
Oh, gosh.
Let's settle down.
I haven't heard that once.
I haven't either. People are saying that.
I have. I've seen that online. Like, he moves and he throws like him, and let's settle down a little bit. I think if they make the playoffs, I would say yeah, or I don't know.
Scale of 1 to 10, faith.
Scale 6.5, 7.
See Willi Myles.
Same.
6, 7.
Until
Janel
I see
Klein.
about 3-4 games.
I don't know. Sure. I have no idea what to think of him.
One ESPN NFL insider, an ESPN NFL insider type of a feller by the name of Seth Wickersham, is really all in on this McCarthy kid. Says here, if Seth Wickersham had his pick of quarterbacks under 25 to win multiple Super Bowls in the future, it's not Jaden Daniels, it's not C.J. Stroud, it's J.J. McCarthy.
Wow.
Well, I'm sure the argument is of the talent that's around him. I don't necessarily think it's just about him. I think you've got Justin Jefferson, you've got Jordan Addison.
Sure.
You've got
no man does it alone.
A very good offensive line. You've got a great coach who is a quarterback whisperer. You've got all these pieces in place.
Now that's something I am tired of hearing. Brad Ryder said he's tired of.
Yeah.
And that's what I think makes everyone think that he could be very successful.
Right.
It's not, and he's good too. He's a good football player. Obviously, you don't get drafted in the first round if you're not. So,
I think what takes it down a notch or two for me is the injury last year. I mean,
he's injury prone.
Well, I'm not saying
and unproven
yet, but the fact that he already had a major injury before taking one snap, that makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, that wasn't a dislocated shoulder.
No.
You know what I mean? No, I'm serious. I mean, when you play the game, that's a tough injury, and you kind of mentally you keep that in the back of your mind when you're in that pocket.
So there you go, Seth Wickersham. If he had his pick of quarterbacks under the age of 25 to win multiple Super Bowls, he went with J.J. McCarthy. And Randy just touched on this. This Wickersham said the biggest factor in his decision there is troubled Vikings head coach Kelvin O'Callahan, because he knows how to speak to Brad Ryder's tired of Patrick Mahomes comparisons to J.J. McCarthy, although that's the first time I've heard it. I am so tired of hearing Kelvin O'Conrad referred to as this quarterback
whisperer,
czar, or whatever the effing word might be. But that's just me, the liquor talking.
Need to quit whispering and start yelling.
Yeah, we'll find out, I guess, soon enough, right? We'll find out soon enough.
I mean, we'll see an entire slate of football before we get to that game. So you'll have a chance to kind of soak in what's happening around the league before we even get to the Vikings and Bears on Monday night. And I think that we'll be able to compare, watch some of these other quarterbacks, get a little feel for what's out there, and then you get a chance to watch McCarthy play. So,
of course,
and this is no fault of his. Obviously, this is a great time in his life, but he and his fiance, I think, are expecting a baby in September, too.
Well, that's not right.
I mean, he's got a lot to think about the way it is.
That's selfish.
He should have planned that better.
Of course, you get these text messages whenever we talk about these high draft picks. Wasn't Ryan Leaf drafted in the first round? Number 2. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, sure. There's always.
You never know, do you, Randy Shaver?
No, but I think, again, if he was playing for a team that was 2-15 last year, your expectations wouldn't be as high as they are because he's got pieces around him that help him be better. So,
not that anyone around here should care unless you're some kind of a wacko, sudden super fan of a club that you have no actual connection to. I had to look at Dana there for a minute.
I knew you were referring to me.
The Baltimore Ravens play the Buffalo Bills on Sunday night. That means the NFL's 2 most recent, most valuable players will be on the same field.
That's going to be a great game.
Yes.
That's only the 5th time that the last 2 MVPs have faced off in week 1. Bizarre stat, I know. So, Bills quarterback Rick Allen? Josh Allen. Rick Allen is in Def Leppard. Bills quarterback Josh Allen was the MVP of last season. 2 years ago, it was Lamar Jackson. The 2 most recent MVPs also squared off in week 1 of last year when Allen faced Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Can all of us join in together, see if we can figure this out, The other 3 times that the 2 recent MVPs played each other in week 1. At one point, it was in the year 2000, Josh. In the year 2000. So basically what I'm asking you is who was the MVP in 99 and 2000? I'll give you hints on this.
Probably Kurt Warner, I'm
That's
guessing.
one of them.
Yep.
In 2000, Kurt Warner, quarterback the St. Louis Rams at the time, against a running back from the Denver.
Oh, Terrell Davis.
Davis and Kurt Warner faced each other in the year 2000. Again, these are the 2 most recent MVPs playing each other in week 1 of an NFL season. It happened in 1998. One was a quarterback, one was a running back.
Brett
Favre. They played in the same division. The running back was?
Barry Sanders.
Same
division.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you got to go all the way back to 1980, see Willi Myles and Janel Klein. They also played in the same division. One was a quarterback, one was a running back. 1980.
Probably Terry Bradshaw.
One was Terry Bradshaw. If you get this right, Randy Shaver.
And you said the other was a what?
Running back.
A running back.
In the same division?
Say it.
Oh, probably Earl Campbell.
Oh, God, Earl Campbell.
Very good.
God, that's a long time. That's a 23-year span when that didn't happen. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but it's week 1. All it is they play.
You're right. Week 1 makes it a little bit
It's
more.
a little quirky.
Part of the reason it's happened the last 2 years is TV dictates a lot of stuff.
That's correct.
They stack those week 1 matchups.
I'll bet you in whatever the years you said, 2098 or whatever, that TV did not take into consideration who was playing at what game.
Not the way they do now.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Crazy.
I can't talk about Earl Campbell for too long because I'll cry my eyes out.
Yeah.
Old videos of Earl Campbell will always be around to remind you of how much your favorite football player sucks.
You got that right.
None of these players today. Who have we talked about so far? Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. All 3 of those guys combined couldn't carry Earl Campbell's effing jock.
Oh, his left thigh pad.
Couldn't carry his jock. F you, NFL. You ruined everything.
Or I would say Barry Sanders, too.
Got that right.
I would say Barry Sanders.
And Walter Payton. Those were good running backs.
Yep.
Those were real running backs.
Yeah.
Man.
Remember the video of Earl Campbell running and people tearing his jersey up and down.
Yes.
And
It was against the Los Angeles Rams. It's maybe the greatest single piece of footage in NFL history.
Just hit that guy right in the chest.
Earl Campbell lowered his head, buried it,
chest in.
Buried it into the chest plate of the linebacker. That guy died instantly. And then a defensive back grabs Earl's jersey, tears it right off his back. He gets another 4 or 5 yards. Yeah. Just last night when reading that little trivia question about Earl Campbell, I went on YouTube and just punched in Earl Campbell highlights. Oh. I was a pool of tears by the end.
Epic.
I love that man.
Those are old running backs, man. Do you guys, anybody remember the Monday Night Football when they used to try to have old football players from the 60s and 70s commentate with, what was his name?
Howard
Cosell. And it was Jim Brown.
Okay.
And it was one of those running backs. And he ran, and you know how they tiptoe out of bounds? Mm-hmm. And Howard Cosell has Jim Brown. There's a great running back right there, right, Jim? He goes, what do you think of him? He goes, well, what do you run out of bounds for? And that was the last time Jim Brown was on Monday Night
Yeah, this
Football.
guy's soft as hell.
Yeah, he said he could have got his team another 4 or 5 yards if he'd dropped his head. And Ray, what are you running out of bounds for? He didn't want to get hurt. What is football, Howard?
When Earl Campbell goes, the world's going to stop spinning. Now, we were talking earlier about going to a live ball game and the unbelievable amount of money you got to cough up if you want a beer and a hot dog, for Christ's sake. It's obscene. A friend of mine who used to live in Maryland would kill me if I said this to his face, but I'm going to go ahead anyway because I don't see him in the room. It's too bad we're not in Baltimore. The Baltimore Ravens have the best concession prices at their home games. Let me give you some examples. Barbecue chicken sandwich, $4.99.
Wow.
Nachos, $4.49. A beer is, Steve Weiser is $4.99. A large pop, $4.
Wow.
Popcorn, $2. Peanuts, $4.
You know what that is? That's an ownership that gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you're starting to see a few more teams go this direction because they realize in the grand scheme of things, they are not, I mean, it's such a small percentage of money that they're making off of high concession prices because they're making most of their money off TV deals and things like that.
Well, that is just wonderful to read.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I would love to think that it would spread this way.
And here in town, Nick, if you want to get a good seat for a baseball game, just show up because nobody else is.
Got that right.
So
good sections available.
How about that last night? I saw somebody took a pan shot of Target Field. There was nobody at that stadium last night. And it was the dog deal. It was the bark in the park.
And Dollar Dog Night.
The only section in the ballpark that was busy was the section where they allowed the dogs.
They said 11,000 people were there. No way was there 11,000.
They counted the dogs.
Embarrassing.
They counted the dogs for sure. And my mother-in-law wasn't even watching.
Wow.
She's
That's
done.
amazing.
She's done, man. She is done with the Twins.
Yeah, it was a pump job at Target Field last night. I'm sorry those dogs at the park had to see that.
Yes.
How many people do you think were actually in the ballpark by the eighth inning?
By what?
Probably 3,000, maybe.
Yeah, a couple grand.
Oh, that's just amazing. And the two worst teams in the American League now. The Twins are, they're only 10 games, behind the White Sox or ahead of the White Sox. I mean, they're the two worst teams in the American League.
Yeah, those poor dogs. What a miserable game.
I was astonished, though, at that. Somebody took like a pan shot of the stadium. I was astonished because it was a nice night for baseball. People sometimes this late in the year, they'll go buy tickets because they'll be cheaper and they can sit and enjoy a ball game or whatever. Nobody was interested.
I think first day of school plays a factor too. Yesterday,
yeah, it does. You're right.
No, but that's hate fuel. That's just hate fuel, man. People are mad.
Yeah, Randy, I saw some of those same videos and I thought, okay, this person must have got here for batting practice. No, you saw there's a live batter at the plate.
That was the game.
That was a game going on.
I looked for the same thing. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, it's going to be the same way the next 2 nights.
Oh, for sure.
Getting it better.
But I think for the rest of the season.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of live human beings there.
I did see a stat with the 11,000 last night. They're now officially projected to have the lowest attendance in Target Field history.
Yeah, they will.
Not surprising.
They'll certainly set that record.
Yep.
Connor, someone's got mail.
Sorry.
Is that you, Brad?
Yeah.
It reminded me.
I forget to turn this down when I come on here.
AOL.
It reminded me of
You've got mail.
Yeah. Mid to late 90s Twins baseball at the old Metro.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, was there a lot of room in that joint.
But I loved it, though, because I could get all of the batting practice home run balls because there's not many people out there shaking them.
No. It reminds me of a quote that Gary Gaetti had, and I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember it exactly, but he said something along the lines of, there's nothing worse in baseball than playing in the Metrodome in August when you're 30 games.
Yeah, your Fisher-Price microphone is going sideways. Yeah. One more time?
Nothing worse than playing in the Metrodome in August when you're 30 games out of first place. Yeah. I mean,
wow.
sitting indoors on a beautiful day, watching bad baseball that your team's going nowhere. Was basically what he was saying.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of pain in that statement.
Yeah, we all went to those games in the mid to late 90s. I mean, when a home run was hit, the clunk of that baseball.
You could hear it on the seats.
Hitting an empty seat was, I got so used to hearing that noise. It was a very definite clunk.
Man.
The odds of a home run ball landing in somebody's seat, where they're sitting with their glove, was about like 1 in 500,000.
That's true. Yeah.
I missed this last night. I watched the game up until about the 8th inning, like Brad Ryder was saying. By the 8th inning, it was a total gong show. I stuck it out to the 8th. So I missed. I didn't have the sound up very high. Glenn Perkins was working television last night. Apparently, Glenn said last night, even the dogs are wondering why they're here.
Exactly. Yeah. I've peed. I'm ready to go now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. Sniffed enough.
Oh, man. Last night, Shohei Ohtani hit his 100th home run with the Los Angeles Dodgers. He did it against the Pittsburgh Pirates, blah, blah. Playing in his 294th game with the Dodgers, he became the fastest to reach 100 home runs in team history. Ahead of... Oh, he played for the Dodgers. He played for so many different teams, so I don't think I could help you I don't think I could help you too much. This guy played for everybody, but he was a designated hitter for the most part. Hard swinger. Mainly played in the American League. Hard swinger, right-handed batter. Swung out of his friggin' shoes. Also played for the Brewers, the Yankees. These are just a couple of teams that come to mind. Padres, I think, in there as well.
Wow.
Gary Sheffield.
Sheffield? Gary Sheffield, sure.
Gary Sheffield hit 100 home runs as a Dodger in 399 ball games. Shohei did it in 294. I guess I have one more baseball note here. Although I don't feel the need to get into it unless any of you have seen the highlight. Have you seen the highlight where people are accusing Houston Astros pitcher Framber Valdez?
Yes, I saw it last night.
Yeah.
They're accusing him of intentionally drilling his catcher in the chest with a pitch.
Yeah.
He absolutely did.
Well, the catcher called for one pitch. He threw a different pitch.
Well, it was the pitch right after he gave up the grand slam when the catcher was trying to get him to step off and change the pitch.
Right.
Yeah.
I also think this was intentional.
100%.
So let me explain it one more time. The catcher goes by the name of Oscar Salazar. Last night, Valdez gives up a grand slam to the New York Yankees, and before he delivered that pitch, his catcher was signaling for him to step off the rubber. Let's reset our signals and get things organized. Valdez threw the pitch anyway. Dude launches it into the seats. And unlike mid to late 90s old Metrodome games, a fan was there to catch the baseball. During the next at-bat, Valdez drilled Salazar with a 98-mile-per-hour pitch right to his chest protector. The catcher was clearly not prepared for a fastball. The catcher must have called something off speed because he was not prepared at all.
Jeez.
You can see him go down like he wanted something low and inside, a breaking ball or something, and it certainly was not.
So I think this is the first time I've ever seen a pitcher take out his frustrations on his own catcher.
Yeah, it's unprecedented. And if you watch the video, too, the pitcher doesn't even attempt to go check on his guy either.
Nope.
He's kind of turned around and said,
yep.
all right, where's the rosin bag?
Turned around, stared up at the ceiling, looked annoyed.
This should be up on 93x.com if you haven't seen the video.
Wow.
Catcher looked pissed off, too.
Yeah.
Well, I would be.
He paused for a second, like I think he considered getting up and going out and punching the sumbitch. After the game, of course, Valdez says it was all an accident. Their signals, their signs were crossed. I'm not buying it.
No.
I think the dude... Remember a couple years ago, the dirty trick that a pitcher and catcher played on the umpire? I think this was college baseball.
Yeah, I remember this, too.
They were pissed off at the umpire, the pitcher and catcher. And so they gave each other a little signal. Pitcher throws a heater. Catcher steps out from behind the plate and let the baseball smoke the umpire right in the gut.
Wow.
There's some sneaky things going on out there, Cubby.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, but hit your catcher?
Their body language was pretty obvious that it was on purpose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, the guys who stepped away, like the catcher who stepped away?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the most recent
you're
one.
back to
Yeah, Valdez.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd have woke up and I'd have been sitting next to him and just looking at him going, you're only alive because I allowed you to be. You let that happen again, you won't wake up.
What did Dude Jesus texted in to say, imagine the first ever catcher storming the mound to beat the hell out of his own pitcher.
And nobody tried to stop him.
I would like to see that. Oh, man. I did not know this. UPS Golden Valley delivery driver Jesus texted in to say Frambert Valdez runs hot. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Back to football real quick. I'm not sure what to make of this. It says here, the tush push, the play made famous by my favorite NFL football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. The tush push is now officially sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Yeah.
Hello. See, that's cute, but what do they mean by that, Josh?
Well, so are they just going to say, there was a Dude Wipe tush push every time there is one?
So the announcers have to...
I don't know. That's what I was wondering.
You talking about national announcers have to do that?
We don't know. I don't understand what they mean by that.
I don't think that's the case. Maybe an individual team might do that.
Well, don't they do that with
maybe the Eagles team is that play is sponsored like on the radio or something, but
that could be.
I just can't imagine that the TV announcers would automatically go to that call once a tush push is played. I just
looked it up. It's an Eagles thing.
Yeah, there you go. It's an Eagles thing.
But still,
when they're
which makes sense.
Say it, yeah.
Yes.
Still, if I'm a regular listener to Eagles football on the radio, I might get a little tired of that. But I'm a Dude Wipes guy. We talked about it yesterday. Janelle, are there girl wipes?
I think they do make girl.
Not that I'm aware of.
Dudettes.
Brought to you by the
Dudette wipes.
Right?
Chick wipes, gal wipes. I don't know. Someone look it up.
I'm not going to look that up on my work computer.
I mean, this is funny. I'm looking this up
ahead,
too.
Brad.
They're like going to give them away. They're going to have events around this. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Okay. So they'll make mention of it on the radio, sponsored by, and they're also having little parties where they're giving away.
Yeah.
Give away Dude Wipes.
Well, go get some. I love them. Josh, you said you think there are chick wipes?
There's a couple of different. They don't have a cute name though that I've seen.
It's called Wipes.
Good Wipes is one of them.
Fair enough. Oh, I ride them out every chance I get. All right, when is this dude going to get the help that he needs? Former Viking defensive end Everson Griffin was caught driving 130 miles per hour in a 60-mile-per-hour zone last Friday night on 494 in Minnetonka.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he needs...
What in the world?
Oh. That sounds like a great way to kill some people right there. Wow.
What? This guy is so in and out of trouble. It's just amazing.
It says here he's currently on probation for a Dewey. And now he gets pinched going 130 in a 60.
Wow.
He just doesn't care about anybody,
I think they
but
need to
himself.
Suspend his license and.
Yeah. I don't get that guy. I don't get that.
He's got a history of some mental illness.
Yes.
It sounds like, and so I know that he was getting some treatment. He was getting, being looked after, but.
Sounds like he is again, like someplace in Wayzata.
Yeah, but lately he's been back in the news for the wrong reasons. So,
a friend of mine went to the spin dry in Wayzata a number of years ago. They wouldn't even let him watch television. That was his biggest complaint about spin dry. They wouldn't let him watch television. He was reading the paper every day like it was 1952.
It's good therapy.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
Well, what the hell's wrong with watching? They watch television in prison. Why can't you watch it in the spin dry?
Commercials.
Reading the newspaper's not a bad thing.
Well, no. That's not the point, Randy Shaver.
You can't be in the spin dry watching, beer commercials.
Right.
Dude.
And yeah.
Is that a factor?
Absolutely.
I never would have come up with that.
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah.
You watch a Coors Light commercial, you start shaking.
Start shaking.
Yeah, damn.
Well, that looks good.
Yeah. You know anyone who's been in the spin dry, Janelle?
A few.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. What do they hate most about it?
I think just generally being there.
It's not a bar.
It's not one specific thing. It's just
that they had to go.
Going into the spin dry.
I never knew there was one in Wayzata, though.
Yeah, they got a joint over there.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up there someday.
I had a couple of friends that have went through the cycle.
Yeah. When this is over, I'll probably become just a heavy drinker again.
You think you'll go back to it?
Yeah.
Your wife will keep you out of trouble. I think you'll be fine.
Wow, when this is over, I plan on bringing some other things to an end as well.
Relationships with all of us.
I'll still call Josh once for a ride home.
Got any more bail money?
You gotta get me.
Oh my God.
You gotta get me out of here, bro. You gotta let me bang.
We've told this story before, but I don't know if you guys have heard it. Nick did call me drunk once and asked me to give him a ride to go kill someone because he didn't want to drive drunk.
Right.
He was being responsible.
I'm only committing one crime tonight.
Right.
Murder was fine, but driving drunk, not okay.
This is a true story, and if you would have given me that ride, I would have killed that person.
Who was it?
I don't think we should say, especially out of respect for the dead.
Right.
But yeah, and he even said, "You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding." And he gave me instructions. Grab your keys, get in your car, come pick me up. I'm going to drive over and kill that MFer.
Right.
Where were you, Nick? Do you remember? Were you at home? Were you at a bar?
Where was I when I made the phone call?
Yeah.
I was driving.
But I didn't want to commit two crimes in one night. I didn't want to get pulled over for a Dewey and murder.
I was driving, Dana, but I had no idea where I was going.
Oh, man.
I don't remember where I was, but I remember the phone call. All right, what else is going on?
Hilarious.
Yeah. I was going to go ahead and kill a guy.
That's what a best friend does, man. You call the guy up, man. Come get me. I'm on my way.
Oh, man.
Josh was your Al Cowlings.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Where did that come from?
Janelle doesn't know the most basic pop culture reference. I guess that's a news story. But
Janelle, how can you accuse him of such a thing?
Man's dead.
The killer is still out there, Brad.
Here's a text from Neck Like a Stack of Dimes, Arms Like Buggy Whips Jesus. He's been to the spin dry, and he has a series of complaints. A lot of snoring I don't know, maybe they were all sleeping in one big room, like in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I don't know. But a lot of snoring. He said they did get to watch TV, but everybody there, all they talked about the whole time was drinking the second they got out of there.
Oh, no.
So it might not have been working. A lot of snoring. That kind of cracks me up. I know some snorers, man. And I've had some nights in fish houses and whatnot and at fishing shacks. Where,
doesn't drinking amplify that?
Oh, usually. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Started when I was a kid. Going to these fishing shacks with my friggin' dad and his cowboy buddies. And they'd each drink a case and a half of Budweiser in a tiny little fishing shack. Good night, boys. We wouldn't get a lick of sleep up there. There'd be 8 or 10 different fully grown hillbillies just roaring the entire night. God. And then 3-4 of them would stop breathing. You know, they had the sleep apnea. It was just, for an 8-9-year-old kid, that was horrifying.
Oh my God.
And then as a grown man, I got some buddies who were just horrible with that snoring.
Oh, my God. I still remember the first time my best friend started snoring. And we had shared a room before. And nothing happened because he didn't drink that night. He came up, I did a show, and he kind of came up as my road manager, and I had a big suite, so it was cool. But we were on our first golf trip. My God.
He got into the drinks.
I mean, in that middle of the night, you're talking about 1:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
I had never heard anything. I was scared. It was dark in our room.
Mm-hmm.
I got up. I thought something was coming through the walls.
Yeah.
I looked at him, and I was just yelling his name, and he just wouldn't wake up. And I got a pillow, and I started beating the hell out of him.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, the dude next door on the wall was bounding, and I'm like, I'm trying to wake him up. He won't wake up.
I once took my socks off, put them in a guy's yap. Because I got so sick of it. And usually I'm pretty good about it. I snapped one weekend. This is fish house socks. This isn't you just got out of the shower and put on. This is the socks I've been wearing for 3 days in a fish house.
Yuck.
My feet are horrible. I took them off and I put them in his mouth.
Oh, my God.
We had that situation where I was snoring real bad when you and I shared a hotel room the first time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You took drastic measures then,
you were drinking.
Yep.
Which doesn't happen very often.
No, when I was younger, I did a little bit.
Yeah, we were out of town. Cubby got the snoring, and I finally, Janelle, I said, F it. And I got up. I got in the other bed.
There's nothing else he could do.
Just couldn't cuddle with him anymore. The vibration was just getting too much.
I said, okay, you asked for it, Cubby. And I got up, and I got in the other bed.
From that night on with my friend, I've not shared a room with another. I don't care how big the beds are, how big the room is. I got my own room, period.
How about those some bitches who sleep with their eyes open? That's also something an 8-year-old kid doesn't need to see in Canada on a fishing trip.
That is freaky.
My dad had a buddy who slept with his eyes wide open.
One of my dogs.
Oh, my God. I just got to chill just thinking about it.
Yeah, I've got a hellhound at home where every once in a while he does that, and it's very creepy.
The dogs.
Yeah.
That's common for dog. But Janelle, look at me. This is what I had to deal with. His eyes were wide open, and he's doing this. And then here comes the guy with.
My wife just recently started closing her eyes all the way. She used to have half open eyes when she would sleep.
Dude,
and I would look at her and I'd be like, "Are you? Yeah, you can't sleep like that. That's creepy."
And the eyeballs start swimming around.
Yeah,
Did he blink when he was sleeping?
No.
How did his eyes do that?
I think it was years of alcohol abuse, but his eyes wide open, and he's snoring.
He thought they were closed. He fell asleep before he could close his eyes. It's called blackout.
To go back to our ring ding ding wing ding guy.
Yeah.
So when we interviewed him, that was a lot of fun, and he was way better than I even thought he was going to be.
Yeah, me too.
Got a text here that says, they text during this interview, I'm currently driving, but I looked over to my right, and there's another guy laughing his ass off at the exact same time. And then it sinks in, and both of them raised one of their hands and started vrooming and twisting a fake throttle like they were on motorbikes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Both listening at the same time. Thank you.
Very memorable, our conversation with Chase Archer Evans earlier, the wingding. We got him on. I'm sorry you missed it. You can check the podcast if you want. It was earlier on this morning at 7:30 we talked. That was great. Absolutely great. Highlight of the week so far.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Hi, I'm Joe Saul-Sehy, host of the Stacking Benjamin Show. Every week, we talk to experts about personal finance trends.
While we were talking, I had to jump on ChatGPT real quick.
ChatGPT said, cut up the cards.
It said, hey, knucklehead, weren't you just talking about investing in dollar cost averaging? Why don't you save a few bucks?
You never knew personal finance could be this fun.
If you're bored, don't start messing with your investment.
Get a hobby, man.
Get into photography.
Buy an airplane.
Guess what investment I made? The one that keeps on giving. Stacking Benjamins. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
93X, the home of the Half-Assed Morning Show.
So there you go. We're back with our friends Janel Klein and Willi Myles as we've reached 8:32 in the godforsaken AM on this year Wednesday broadcast. Janel with her very cool-looking 80s rock leather jacket. Willi Myles in his burnt orange golf zip-up. You two look prepared for two totally different things this morning. Janel looks like she's going to grab a handle of Jack and take the bus to the Poison concert. And Willi Myles looks like he's going to a fantasy golf draft.
There you go.
But it's wonderful, always wonderful to have the both of you in here.
Thanks for having us.
Did either one of you get to the state fair this year?
I never did.
No?
No, I don't generally go unless I'm being paid to be there.
Neither one of you's made it to the fair?
No.
Randy Shaver said the same. He usually doesn't go unless he's getting a paycheck.
If I'm getting a check, I'm there, baby.
We were talking about county fairs earlier. Are all of them pretty much over before the state fair? And the answer is yes, but are there still a few events? Willi Myles mentioned something off air. A couple people texted and said there's a big county fair down in Iowa that starts this week or next week. Willi, you could tell us because you're going down to this county fair to perform.
Exactly. I'll be there the 12th, 13th, and 14th. So the last 3 days of the fair.
And
down there.
What is this fair? What's the county?
The Clay County Fairs in Spencer, Iowa.
How far of a drive is that from here? Couple
2.5, 3 hours.
And you say this is, and listeners said the same thing. They say this is the biggest county fair in America?
Epic.
It is.
Yeah, county fair. Yeah, it is absolutely just, it's amazing. And I do 3 shows a day there.
What?
Yeah, I do 9 shows in 3 days, and every one of them is packed. And it starts at 10:30 in the morning.
Jesus. That's a hell of that's a poke.
I'm there all day.
Okay.
You know, and they give you you got your nice little trailer outside so you get to get some naps and get something to eat and that kind of stuff. But I love it. It's absolutely
what do you do? Like 10:30, 4 o'clock, and 7 o'clock?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, we had people text in earlier and say, don't forget about the Clay County Fair down in Iowa. And then Willi comes in and says, yeah, I'm playing it.
Yeah, I've done it this is going to be, I think, my 5th time in like 15 years or so.
I'll be damned. Well, have fun down.
I love it.
So not this weekend, but next weekend.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, man, school is back in. All right, here are the things that supposedly don't exist in schools anymore. Here are the things that don't exist in schools anymore. And maybe someone like you, Josh, who still has a relatively young kid in school, can tell me. what's changed, why things are so different. Things that don't exist in schools anymore, library checkout cards. Why don't they have library checkout cards anymore?
I guess maybe they enter I'm not sure. But yeah, there is no. I mean, they have student IDs. Maybe they just use that.
Yeah, so we always use a student ID.
Chalkboards, okay, they're all whiteboards now, right?
Well, digital boards.
Yeah, now they're digital.
Digital boards.
Yep.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
It's like called an Apple something. I think it's like a screen. Where they put up all their stuff like a big computer monitor.
By the way, how'd things go the other day? Weren't you going to some orientation and you were going to try to embarrass your son at this orientation?
Yeah, I was going to... People were suggesting I ask inappropriate questions and stuff like that. All I really had to do to embarrass him was just sit next to him and then say hi to anybody that was in the room. That was enough for him.
The audio-visual or audio-video carts... which I was in charge of when I was a kid. Me and my best bro, Taylor. Kindergarten, first grade, how do you say it? What's after first grade?
Second grade.
Kindergarten, first grade, second grade. Me and my best bro at the time, Taylor, we were the audio-video guys. So whenever a class was going to show a movie, we would go to this closet and grab the cart with the big reel-to-reel projector and push it to the class and hook it all up. That was really cool that we were given that responsibility because it did get you out of class and you got to wander into a class you wouldn't normally be in at that time and look at some girls and things like that. We loved that gig.
Oh, ours was just in the class we were already there. And like we had the film strip. Remember that?
Yeah.
I always turned the film strip. It would beep, and then you just turned the knob. You turned the knob again.
So you had one in... Well, anyway, we had one for the whole school, so we had to go...
we were just... Right, so did we, but, it would bounce between classrooms, and whoever was a student in that class would take over the role.
Okay. Card catalogs. I don't even know what that is.
What's been around a long time.
What's a card catalog?
That's how you find a book in the library.
Right. I haven't been to a library since school, so...
Yeah.
Okay. There's no more cursive writing?
Well, they still learned it, but I think it's becoming more and more infrequent.
Really?
I don't think it's as big of a deal as it used to be. Because remember, they used to threaten you saying, when you get to middle school, if you don't write in cursive, they're going to throw you in jail. They're just going to kick your ass right there on the spot.
Well, I never heard those threats, but I do remember that writing in cursive was something we had to nail at one point or another.
Absolutely. And I think it's starting to make a comeback now because the kids can't write.
All they do is text?
Types, yeah.
And type? Yeah. They can't write. These are things that don't exist in schools anymore. Wall pencil sharpeners. Sure, I guess.
I wonder if that's true or not.
You're using your computer,
They still have to have pencils for certain classes.
Okay.
Yeah, but they got those little ones you can put in your pocket.
Okay.
It's just bzzz, bzzz.
Maybe.
I don't know how more of us didn't die in grade school from how sharp, some of those pencils would get, and you're running around raising hell. I mean,
well, you both you and I were assaulted by a pencil from one of our best friends.
I was.
So was I.
I was stabbed.
If you made it out of elementary school with all lead poisoning, you consider yourself pretty lucky.
I was viciously stabbed by my next-door neighbor, Pistol Pete, from across the street. We had a fight in second grade, and he stabbed me with his pencil. And it was intentional. It was a frightening scene. I mean, I knew Pistol Pete pretty well. He was my next-door neighbor, but I didn't know he was capable of such things. Traditional desks are gone from schools now. So no longer do you have that wood desk with the lid on it and you carve dirty words into it?
That's tables, I guess, at least in my kids' school.
Okay. So like 4 or 5 kids to a table?
Yeah, when they were younger, they definitely had traditional desks. But at least in middle school, it's tables.
I mean, one of my fondest memories from grade school was watching the kid who was effing off. The teacher would just tip his damn desk over, and the kid had it loaded with garbage.
Yep.
And then the kid had to clean it all up. The teacher would just toss that sumbitch. Dodgeball is supposedly gone from schools. Is that too rough?
They still play it.
Oh, they do?
Shoot. It's a different name now, but it's the same thing.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, my son's actually going through that unit right now.
They got banned when I was a kid. We had to play a moderation of it. You know, you couldn't just chuck a ball at a kid and hit him in the glasses and send him flying. You had to roll the ball like a bowling ball and try to hit him in the foot.
So this has been tweaked years ago.
Sure, I think so. At least for me in my school.
But Josh says there's a different name.
He just told me yesterday, but I tend to tune him out.
Smart.
He said they just said it because he was telling me there was a moment where one of his buddies accidentally just beamed another kid in the head crazy hard. Didn't realize he was standing right behind him.
I mean, that was our goal. Is bash somebody in the face so hard they end up in the nurse's office. Yes, as Dana said, we would go after the kids with glasses. It was the same as when we played floor hockey. You'd put a meat hook on that plastic stick. You just put a curve on that thing that would have been illegal in any hockey league, and then try to hit somebody in the bridge of the nose with the plastic puck. That's what it was all. Janelle, what was your favorite calisthenic? What do they call it? What's the fancy word for gym class? They call it
PE, physical education.
Physical education. Or playground game, like Foursquare. What did you get involved in?
I like all of it, but one of the things I love the most was, did you guys ever do the parachute?
Oh, the parachute rule.
No.
Yes.
That was
What's the
so
parachute?
fun. Well, it was a parachute, and then you all got in a circle, and I feel like, was there balls you bounced around? And
There's balls you could bounce inside of it, so you did popcorn them out and
Yeah.
stuff. There's also a game where somebody would be underneath the parachute, and it was called like Shark Attack. And then so other kids would be around the circle, their legs sticking underneath, and then you'd come and pull someone's legs and pull them in, and then they became a shark too.
Oh, I didn't.
We did have fun times with the parachute.
Yeah.
Everyone get inside, and then you flip it up in the air and see how long before it eases down.
Yeah.
Well, where you came from, Willi Myles, what, you guys just have like an empty parking lot and some broken glass?
Yeah, I grew up in the projects, bro.
Yeah.
We didn't have any games like that. Parachute.
No. Did they play Foursquare?
Foursquare, yes.
Did they play with the parachute?
No.
Was there kickball?
Absolutely kickball.
Yeah. Dodgeball?
Absolutely dodgeball. I don't think dodgeball was ever softened when I was growing up. Yeah,
they inflated that ball?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was kill to be killed. Where I came from,
playing dodgeball with a basketball.
Absolutely,
breaking your teeth out.
Soccer ball, tennis. Volleyball. It doesn't matter.
What about square dancing?
Yeah,
I grew up in the hood. We didn't do that. No.
That was so.
It's funny. My wife actually, she just showed me a meme yesterday where somebody said, with how much they taught us square dancing in school, I would have thought I'd go to a lot more hoedowns as an adult.
I know. What was that for?
It was so stupid. But we've had this conversation. It was a while back. It was so stupid and out of place that we had to take a square dancing class, which was part of gym. I think, my personal opinion was, it was the school's way of getting boys and girls to be comfortable doing things with each other that weren't typical young people stuff, just grabbing ass and being, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm trying to say it, Josh, but I can't quite. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It was a way just to associate boys and girls and get them to be comfortable with each other and start to act more mature.
They paired me up with the tallest girl in our school. It looked ridiculous. Thank you so much to the brother and sisterhood. Gaga ball is what they call dodgeball.
Gaga ball.
Why the name change?
I have no idea. Because I had asked him, I'm like, well, what's different? And he said nothing. It's
less threatening.
Here's a listener who says they call it Chevy ball. So maybe it depends on the neighborhood. Depends on the neighborhood. All right, what else is gone from schools these days that we might have partied with? So what was it said? Oh, Janelle, you like the parachute.
The parachute. Do you want to hear what I didn't like in gym class?
Yes.
If anyone from my high school is listening to this, please pull over in your car and, get yourself in a comfortable place because this is going to bring back some memories.
Wow.
So we had this, I think it was middle school and high school, mandatory swimming class as part of gym, which is bad enough, but you couldn't bring your own swimsuit. So they had school-issued swimsuits that were easily 20 to 30 years old. So they were totally see-through.
Yeah.
Because they had been through it.
And the school didn't care.
Didn't care.
No.
They take that seriously. I know we never had pools at any of the schools I went to, but I know at my kids' school, if you miss it, you got to make it up. It's a big deal. when at the orientation, they kind of hound you on it.
Yeah, I mean, which is great to learn to swim, but I mean, the trauma caused by making like middle school kids wear see-through swimsuits.
Did the boys have old? They had to wear old trunks and.
Oh yeah.
So everyone's gear was hanging out.
Pretty much.
Is this true? The spokesman Jesus said, "See, Willie, at your school, you could only afford 3 squares."
You see,
we only had 3. We only had 2.
The last time we talked about this, there were people who texted in and said, well, I went to high school in 1959, and we did swim class naked.
No.
Which I have a hard...
Is that true? Or that sounds like something like our grandpas would tell us.
I don't... See, that's the thing, is I don't believe it, but I'm just saying that we've received those messages before saying, hey, I'm 83 years old. When we did swim class in school, we were naked. I don't believe you, but I don't know.
All right, so people are texting in saying Gaga Ball's different because you have to go below the waist, which still seems dangerous. I'd rather take one in the gut or head than the genitals.
The Half-Ass Morning Show, 93X.
Yeah, we're hanging around with our friends Janel Klein and Willi Myles. We've been talking about things that don't exist in schools anymore. I read the headline, things that don't exist in schools anymore, and I said, okay, I'll bite. Lots has changed, and I'm sorry. People have been texting in. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that you swam naked in your junior high swim class. I just can't. If anything, we're way more conservative back then.
Right.
Because here's a guy that says he's 64 years old. He swam naked in junior high in 7th grade. The girls wore suits, but the guys were nude. So if you're 64, you're about 10 years older than me. So you were in junior high in 1975, 76? You claim you were naked? I'm sorry, I can't buy that. And he's not the only one.
Were you homeschooled? That's the only way that works out.
Was it an amazing dream?
There's no friggin' way they had 12, 13-year-old naked kids running around each other in 1975.
No.
Or 70 or 65. No way. There's no way I can believe it. At any rate, here are the things that no longer exist in schools. Where did we get to? Okay, pull down maps. They don't have to do that anymore. You got it.
That was great when they would snap all the way back up and fall on the ground.
Now they've got screens, right? Fancy schmancy screens, I would imagine. I haven't been in a school in many, 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 many years.
Yeah, they got the smart boards now.
Smart board. Analog clocks don't hang on the walls? What does that mean?
Like the hands?
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Look
just
to your
reading,
right.
I was just reading an article.
Oh, that thing, yeah. We got one of those.
We do.
Oh, funny that we have outdated technology here.
Metal lunch boxes. Is that not allowed anymore?
I don't think everybody goes to the soft side ones.
Oh, they're still around.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Sure. Yeah, like a lot of Marvel stuff and.
Oh, sweet.
They're absolutely still around.
Compasses and protractors. I never got a handle on either one of those.
Yeah, me neither.
The protractors are still going.
Oh, Cubby.
I don't know about a compass.
Cubby, the paper cutter.
Oh, man. We've seen some stuff with that before. Holy crap.
The big, giant paper cutter.
Oh, my God.
With the sling blade on it.
Yeah.
I mean, that brings up one of our favorite off-air bits for years and years and years around here. Because, we still got a lot of old garbage in this building. And still around here somewhere is a massive paper cutter.
Oh, my God.
Like from a 1963 art class. And it makes that giant whoom sound when you bring the blade down. There was a guy here years ago who innovated this bit, and it worked great back when we had live human beings in the building, when the building was full of people. He would walk up to the paper cutter, and bring that blade down 5 or 6 times, whoomph, like he was actually doing something, cutting paper, whoomph. And then about the 5th time down, he'd go, whoomph. Oh, God! Oh!
The first time that we fell for that, both of us were like, oh, my God!
Yeah.
Didn't want to look over, thought it was going to be miserable.
And he would wait to see who would come running around the corner to help him. Brilliant bit.
All right. That was another one of those things you had in school back in the day, and you can't have that now. Because bullies back then would just pull your underwear up or pull your T-shirt over your head. Nowadays, man, you can't have a blade like that. Just kids are stupid.
Yeah.
They would kill somebody, chop their arm off.
Thermoses are no longer a thing. Maybe because too many kids were bringing hooch into the...
There you go.
Yeah.
Or they just got replaced with those Stanley Cups everybody goes crazy over.
What the hell is this? Milk breaks? Here's a listener who says back when he was going to school, they'd take milk breaks.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, explain to me a milk break.
Are you talking about like kindergarten?
Yeah,
kindergarten, first grade, Head Start.
They bring in the big milk carton. Everybody would grab a little jug and you drink your milk.
Yeah, we had individual little milk cartons.
Exactly.
We were
Borton's milk.
We did not take milk breaks.
There are a lot of people texting in saying the swimming nude
It
is
never
a real
happened.
thing.
There's
I'd be upset if they don't heat the pool then.
Oh.
There's no
That'd be
way.
very cruel.
The pool's cold. The pool's cold.
It's cold water.
I just refuse to believe that
no way.
There were 12, 13-year-old kids running around nude in front of each other in swim class.
No, you were homeschooled and that was your mom and dad.
There's a lot of people texting in saying they did it or they had a parent that did it.
Well, did they flip it by gender? Like guys go on Tuesdays, girls go on Wednesdays or something?
Well,
So
like I said, the one who texted in earlier said girls were allowed to wear suits, boys were nude. I'm telling you, it never happened.
No. I'm going to need photos. But don't send them to me.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, just gradually lay them down on the ground.
I'm even thinking about my mother, who's 84 years old, so she would have been in high school in the 50s. There is absolutely zero chance that in her town, where she grew up, with all the conservative people that were there at the time, there's no way those kids were getting naked in front of each other in junior high. No way. People are texting in about other school things, and I certainly remember this. We were talking about dodgeball earlier. Listener says, I will always remember that very specific ting that the sound the ball would make when it would hit somebody in the head. Oh, those were fun.
Yeah.
Those were fun. A listener says the presidential physical fitness test no longer exists.
Oh, they don't do that, huh?
I wonder what that's all about. I mean, I have very vague memories of what that meant.
It's like the mile run, the sit and reach, the static arm hang.
Mm-hmm. Pull-ups, push-ups.
Yep.
Okay.
Shuttle run.
Now, well, what happened if you didn't pass?
You get a naughty letter sent to your parents saying your kid's out of shape.
Really?
Because I did get it one time because you had two opportunities to run the mile. And I said, I'm not going to run it today. I'll run it next time. So my mile time was like 45 minutes. And then I had to be gone from school on like the second chance day to do it. So I got a letter home that said I was in like the 0.001 negative percentile of mile run times in the country.
Wait, you ran a 45-minute mile?
No, I just walked.
Why did you walk?
That seems
That's still crazy.
Why didn't you run?
I had a soccer game that night. I didn't feel like burning myself out.
Well,
and a cute girl wanted to walk with me.
Oh, well, okay.
Well, you walk real slow.
There you friggin' go. Lots has changed. Now, Janel and C. Willi Myles, we thank you for coming by, and it's always special. But we may possibly be getting involved in something really interesting here as soon as we close the mics off. We're not 100% sure, but last we heard, Ashley's stopping by with the official baby of the Half-Ass Morning Show.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, she was kind of iffy about it, but that's last we heard was that she was going to show up. So that's kind of cool, right? You get to meet the official
That
baby.
would be the
I would
best.
love that.
When's the last time you held a baby, Janel?
Oh, I do it frequently.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm terrible at it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love babies.
Well, at the broasted chicken event at the Wayzata Legion,
Yeah,
did you see me?
There's a baby there.
Did you see me holding that baby?
No, I did not.
That's about the third baby I've held in my entire life. Very, very nerve-wracking. I don't know what to do with them.
Did they like you?
This kid had met me a couple times
Oh,
before.
okay.
So
So it was
he
okay.
had sort of actually reached for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not very good at it. But here we go. We got to get going. We think that Ashley might be stopping by with the official baby. So thank you, Janel, and thank you, C.
Thanks,
Willi.
you guys.
Absolutely.
Good luck to swamp stomping girl Jesus on the first day of 10th grade today. Shout out to Christopher Rolfe, Jesus Assists, and happy 4th anniversary to the gorgeous and amazing Mrs. Booby Cooler Jesus from Mr. Booby Cooler Jesus.
You're listening to the radio.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.